de den koso mpuntuo ye yo kankro beba de dia ho hane beba ene ye di ho enkomo atani anim enkasatwe anim ensenkwa anim de yese de ne de be yese de ye ni bre no ye de be ye ni bre ahankwa na onya no
enti aseme no se yasum gane yiye anya sapa
ye frame nyankompa sachi de hye aduana abrade de hye chen hene na Kwadwo Sefah-Danquah no nsiabo na yekofa kasebo no brewo a yefiri ho ba pe ye de ewiemu nsem sa de be ye donsuru dumienu a edi animu no ye de bebrewo no nsiabo yi ene ekopem anwumre no nsia sa de ewiemu ensem ebeye no eye Ghana Meteorological Agency kwa won eno mutimi hwewiem ekruchi nsem de gu nkrata so ede mayen ne abaho dawro ede a kire Ghana fo nyina se de be ye betimi ehunu se de niema be ye na ye fia yetumi aye ahoboa a ese efata sa pepepe ena etie ewo ho nemum sesi ane di nonsia bo abena sante wotwetwena nim kama aba betena no pai enenso ye bena dai die ensem no die ahim edi akone aba nyina no wabono tofa doso pumu ede man kase bobre ena aso no yenko famra
na kase abono die pa na wo pe ho
no kratom no kase abono ade a me pe wo ho pa enti 12 mitie 6 mitie ene say tembia na mo shaase no mitie mo news ni via ensam na mo bedi kan aka no 12 o'clock no sana other stations na beka enti the manage hu ni say mu lidi yen e ma ye hu nkom ekoso no and sana other stations na beka the chat kura manage hu ni say presenters no in fact you are very good nemo mo ma ye hu weni
Nonsia abo adeshimai mama machia mama kwa abade aba happy 98.9 FM so braso sa no pa nonsia kase ba ye de beso mo no nenso de no ye de ba na ye de beso mo betima kwa kopie mo Facebook happy 98.9 FM ubetimi ahye kase bo no e de free ho happyghana.com ya de se ye kru chensem ni bigu ho no mo pa ubetimi akoho na wakwa akokenkan ensem ne dɔɔso na no pɛne mom de bedi kasebo ne mu bi akotene ne sɛ enrada Chief Justice aye vete no wɔ mrahye bedwafim ne nei ɔde nsɛm atodwa akiri mu atemu adwuma no ɔbɛhwɛ sɛ pɛpɛpɛ yɔkro yɛ na afenso no asomdwe ebetimi abem na dom kuma wɔ mu wɔ mrahye bedwafim mu enrada beto odwa sɛ abra na vete ne kɔso wɔn mu pie montene so na no na kyesɛ mu din mu nkyire mu aba sɛ pie mu pie nyɛ sɛ bi a Chief Justice ayeveti no munene wasemo nemom no kamea yese wo mu kasabo ana ye ka ede ahye omu ebo ebusia de kasebo ni kwakopie mu onkrofo amanso ne ne gini mani ma ba beto dwase Supreme Court wo honom no aba wo mbeto no bosome ebesim no ode ho wo mo mbetime agina nyina no odomu nyina din aba beto montene so ebusia nsemi kan semu ehu nam de ba besom wo sa no panunsia kasebo happy 98.9 FM midin di abna santena me twa me ho sima ba me ba ensem ne dɔso yie pa me kyerɛkyerɛ ni nyina mu baako e di amama e ba sisi a Abusia mamensa ma wakwa babiem na wasese wasungusu a wuti anopa no nsia kasebo happy 98.9 FM afejibre na menchre kasebo ne mu enchro Acting Chief Justice Amampenyi John Dramani Mahama Boni Dino meche justice Paul Bafo ne no ada ade so kopie mu ewo appointment committee ani mo mrahye bedwafie mu a ye totototo won ma no ana eno ada na nya asem kuma akra wo mrahye bedwafie mu honom na ese yenko yemra yekọ emra de broni be ka ne back and forth no ene be don hwere ni akire na ese chief justice yentimi embisa na sembia na chase eno ada enam so ma nsem ne koba no ana chase wonum timi efra se bisa na sem ebisa na aso bambo adwuma na judiciary adwuma no ede e pa no de be mu aba beboa etimi ama ye court bata ho nsensem etimi akonkan wo man Ghana ha ena yera justice Paul Bafo ne de nsem otudwa chima ade se wono adwuma wo ba be ye no oba be de be ye e de asom man Ghana manyina se ne be ye man Ghana manyina no pepepe yo beko e de ama wo mu ochirema se bi e ba atemu adwuma na ye nim party A ni nim party B ene enim nipa we ni enim nipa we emfa ho ne nipa wo ye na afense dwumadi a wodie obehwe se pepepe yo pa betimi akoso ewo atemu adwumanim ochirema emfa ho ne bone a wadi ni baabi a wo free bia no obehwe se obeye na afemu die bia se pepepe yo nso no ebetimi akoso ena ode nsem otudwa chirima ade se nei ehu behia se empenfa wonom wo atemu adwumanim nyina ono mu bedi kaso bompanse na be betimi aboa ama na dwuma oye ne so no etimi etumpon ye ready nsem otudwa na o chirechire mu ese aso ewo mu se atemu adwuma no oha wo mu de nanso emfa ho se oha wo mu no waba no obeboa pa se ye di asem a enkoye se ye bibi aboa obi a ana se ye bibi e de aka obi eho asem ahye ensem odi tudwa na busua yentie bi.
Everything that I have done as a judge has been done with integrity, honesty, and impartiality. I have charted a course of adjudication that believes that the law should be the law for everybody, and that it doesn't matter who you are and what you are. Once it comes to the law, it is no discriminator of persons. That has been my abounding lifestyle.
Any awuti ye rapport Bafo ne enra da bro kopie mu appointment committee ani mu omrahye bedwafie mu anode nsem we nyina etudwa na abusia wa amananso honoma wo abra wonom totototo na no na ana omu bisa no ekwan a omu fa so a omu atemu adwuma no mu didi dwuma so efiri se obi ohonom abohu no na yama no sentence na se ya hye ne se onkonkodem emfie be wo ha emfie be aduoso emfie be na se emfie de be manipa no esun yie papa eno na wonom ebisa justice Paul Bafo ni se aso edi enti na bi nipa bi ohonom a wonom timi ma no eye long sentence asa onkonkodem mu eno odi nsem otudwa chirima obi ohonom a wo hwe bone e wadi eni de ekwan ofa so edi ne dwuma na ehu behia se obema no eye long sentence na be ya obetimi akwakodem pa eno sa na bebo wu nipa no ho ban na afensu no oma ne ho ban eno odi nsem otudwa chirima ade se wo hwe oman Ghana hanoma abrante e ba ko e ba kro no bopa na se waji ntini wo mu yie papa atai ene okopie mu e wotashi nu eteshi nu ngwane ne mantemu oman Ghana ha nyina mpo na enye honko a ade se na abrante waji din yie pa se makro no si yenku obi si enye obi ne made ne oman Ghana hanum nyina atai ai din a dodo na adi nim no Raymond ata ayi na se obi anim no oman Ghana hanum pa ade se ono ana za time no wotena na asem no so omma ne 70 years se wonkonkodem ojema de nje ma ne years nyina ne se atayi nko betimi ama ne 30 years nenso no abra no odi sa asem no na osha na se oye abrante kra wasi so a odi sa asem no se nko ma atayi 30 years a atayi be kọ aba na atayi kọ ba nipa ba kọ obe target ne pa na se nipa obe na adwen se okobo de nani ba be si ne so ye ono ene na busua enti no na ehu behia se atayi no obe ma ne 70 years na ne 70 years atayi de free breathing honom be ba ne rap Paul Bafo no no kra wato na nanom onse do na avenso na atayi no so ono so ayemre yie pa enu nti no de ma no nyo no nko na oye se ne be bebo oman Ghana ho nyina ba ifi se atayi no na dwuma odi wo oman Ghana hanom na enya asem kuma akra na oteti nkrofo enu na yera Paul Bafo ni di nsem otudwa chima enye se bia omu emu obi sentence a wo mu hwe animu anase bibisa na mum no se na be bebo man ho ban na nipa no odi dwumaso bi a onkoma ensa medi sa aboni biem enu nti na bi wo ho no ma omu emma say nipa no long sentence nsem odi tu dwa no yentie bi.
You see, so I mean, there are so many reasons. The magistrates, the judge, they are trained. They have this. The sentencing guidelines. They have them, but sometimes they have to go beyond it. In my youthful days, I gave somebody 70 years. Atayi, I gave him 70 years. And what I told myself was that if Atayi was given 30 years and he comes back, my family will be the first family will attack. So by the time he comes back after 70 years, I will be dead and gone. So you see?
Any awuti ye Chief Justice Paul Bafoboni enrada abroko PM wa appointment committee ni mo mrahye bedwafie mu no ana odi nsemu nyina etudwa na abusia enrada ya des appointment committee na nini anya asem kuma kra panyinipa woda dom kuma nanim woni panyinipa woda dom dodo nanim woni anya asem kuma kra na Yero Alexander Afenyo Markins ne neyi odi nsemu utudwa kire ma sese ano e kame ese yakani pa ekasa ahye ne boa mamrahye bedwafie mu kra nso no esi ano dom kuma wo mu wo no mu no omu entimi enkasa wo mrahye bedwafie mu na de ntia ma ne kasa nyina ne se enu ada bra appointment committee nanim no omu kopi ho no ma omu kasa no ana chese o ka asem baako na panyinipa wo no eda dom dodo nanimu Yera Mahama Yarega waso na no waka che se ne enya de se mema okwan emu atototo question bia ma obi wa hanom ene de obeka bia so wanka ne ya mehwe meye ma afem die bia se meka kire na asem no watimi aka ne ye ene Yera Alexander Afenyo Markins echirima Yera majority leader Yera Yarega no ya de se so wasem bi kakra nko betimi atrocho na asem no e de ato honom ya de se Yera Alexander Afenyo Markins e ka se wi a ono so betimi aka na asem nanso ente saa wo o ka asem na se waso na no e wo appointment committee na nima no ma ne nkasa kra e na ode nsem otudwa chima nei kamia ye se kabi ma menka bia mamu a yebuo wo man Ghana hanom no ya to sinipa efiri se dom dodo no wo mu hu ni se wo mu na wo dodo e wo na se bedwafie mu entie nei dom kuma ne kasa na se yaso wo mu ano a yempese wo mu be kasa kwa e na ochima ade se asem no ha adwen ye pa na de nam so ma sa de nsem we nyina ba ye ne se Yero Alexander Afenyo Markins abra na wo kasa no ana che so de nsem tu dwa chima Yera Chief Justice ya yabo ne din ade se ne ho won nsem bebre na ne ho won nsem no ana Yera Yarega chima enya ade se me ma okwan amo akasa asem ene nam so a mamenka eba so ewa appointment committee nanim abro mototo Yera na no nsem a Yera Alexander Afenyo Markins di tu dwa no NTB.
There are dark clouds indeed in this country where freedom of speech by mere operation of a supermajority, you cannot even as a member of parliament make your comment. I am not moving a motion. I am not debating. Please, Chairman, the rule he relied upon. Is it this situation where people move from here and there to create confusion and create their own jurisprudence must come to an end with respect. Interruption of debate. That is, if you go to page 70 or the 122, the title there, the subtitle, interruption of debate. Debate may be interrupted by a point of order. And then he says that I am debating. Who is debating here? Mr. Chairman, if the majority leader has anything to say in opposition to my opening remarks, he has a right bona fide as a leader of government business and as a leader of the House to also state his submission. I have seen him with his written submission.
Any I uti ye panyinipa woda dom dodo nanimo Yera Alexander Afenyo Markins and Radam na se bedwafie vetting committee animu no ana chese ochirema majority leader Yera Yarega ade se otieti ane fa hodie so pa any questions or person will be saying na vetting committee na nim anase bia ye raba for bɔ ne yɛ toto na no enya de sɛ o ma ne kwan kra ma ne toto kasa ana kyɛ sɛ ɔde nsɛm we nyinaa ɛto dwa na abusua gusu agina mu ɛwɔ enra vetting course so ɛwɔ mmarahyɛ badwafie mu na enra ebeto dwa sɛ abra na wɔnom ɛtototo ye rapport bafo bɔ ne ano no dom kuma wɔnom wɔ mmarahyɛ badwafie mu no ɛyade so mu pie omupie pa omupie nyina ne say nei kame ese kasakra omupanyini ka yira Alexander Afenyoma kese ka no enya de ese domdodo no ema ne kwan ema ne kasa vetting committee na se nam so ema omupie nti eno ada wono mupie no eno mo de nsentwofo nhie mu ne nkyinkyire pa ana omu de kwohyehyɛ so na nipa okasa ye no mmarahyɛ badwani ogina mu mamamfa wono asante achim central yira kwame ayimadu entwi ana kyesɛ ɔne nsɛntwerɛfoɔ twetwe nkɔmmɔ na ɔde nsɛm otu dwa kyiri ma ɛnyɛ sɛ bi a yɛra pa ɔbɔfo bɔni no minority na anasɛ domkuma a wɔn mmarahyɛ badwafie mu no ɔmo ne wɔ asɛm o daabi ɔmo ne ni asɛm koraa na mmom pie ɔmo pie yɛ no ɛyɛ nsɛm bi a wɔn gyina so nsɛm bi na ɛnam so ɛma ɔmo gyina so ɛma ɔmo pie yɛ wɔnom kyerɛ mu a Chief Justice a mampanyini John Dramani Mahama ka kyɛ ne sɛ wɔn kɔ no mekyerɛ yɛ maame tu kɔ no ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ mampanyini John Dramani Mahama ka kyɛ ne sɛ wɔn kɔ no kora maame no wɔn te ne ho ase ɛnam so kora ma asɛm yi ɔde akɔ akɔpie mu ɛwɔ ECOWAS court ɛno nkɔtɔ nkyɛn court ahodoɔ ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana ha na afei nso ama no ne ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ asɛm na akɔ akɔpie mu hɔnom ɛno nti no ɛba ne sɛn ana ɛsɛ abɔ Chief Justice foforɔ din sɛ wɔn mɛtena ase ɛmo mu ntoto ɛfiri sɛ yɛ maame tu kɔ no na asɛm no ɛnka ho behia sɛ dɔm dodo a wɔn na hyɛ badwafie mu no ɔmo ne dɔm kumaa ne nyinaa bɛyɛ adwene baako na maame n'asɛm no ECOWAS court na afei nso na ada court na etimi aka wie ansa na sɛ court ne ka wie na ebubɔ no na ɛne wɔnom de Chief Justice foforɔ koraa bɛba sɛ yɛn tototo na no a ansa na ɔmo etimi atoto na no nanso ne asɛm no koraa yɛn tena so ne aka ɛba ne sɛ ɛna musa akɔfa nipa foforɔ ba sɛ wɔno ɛna ɛba bɛyɛ Chief Justice wɔ ɔman Ghana ha nti ho behia sɛ yɛbɛtototo na no ɛno ka ho bi ɛnti na ɛma ɔmo sɔre yɛ ɛno nkɔtɔ nkyɛn a yɛwura Alexander Afenyoma Kens ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ watwerɛtwerɛ ne nsɛm nyinaa ne dɔm kuma a wɔnom kɔtena mu ɛwɔ vetting committee n'ase nyinaa no ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ ɔmo atwerɛtwerɛ mu nsɛm nyinaa a ɔmo ba abɛka nanso no kamea sɛ ɔmo mpanyini no ebie n'ano sɛ ɔba abɛka na kyerɛ sɛ yɛwura Ayarega asɔ n'ano wasɔ n'ano sɛ ɔma ne nkasa ɔmo n'ahyɛ badwafie mu hɔ ne nyinaa ka ho bi nti ɛna ma wɔnom ɛsɔreɛ wɔkyerɛ ma asɔre ɔmo sɔreɛ no nyɛ sɛ bi a yɛwura pɔ ɔbafo bɔ ne ɔmo ne wɔ asɛm ɔda bi ɔmo ne ni asɛm baako koraa na mmom no deɛ ɛkɔ soɔ no ana kyerɛ sɛ na ɔmo nti asɛ nam so ma ɔmo sɔreɛ ɛfiri sɛ ɛyɛ yɛwura pɔ ɔbafo bɔ ne no ɔba a ɔmma ma NDC ana ɔmma ma MPP adeɛ sɛ ɔno no ɔba bɛyɛ Chief Justice ɔman Ghana de asom ɔman Ghana ma nyinaa enti na ɛho behia sɛ yɛwura ɛyɛ dom panyini pa wɔdi dom dodoɔ nano yɛwura Mahama Ayarega ɔbɛma kwan ama ɔmo atimi akeka ɔmo nsɛm ɛfiri sɛ no mo pɛ sɛ ɔmo build point ɔmo build ne sɛ yɛwura tu kɔ yɛ maame tu kɔ no ɛnya de sɛ wate ne ho ase nti no mo totototo yɛwura pɔ bafo bɔ ne ano sɛ na bɛyɛ saa nsɛm wei nyinaa no obetimi ayi ano nanso no abusua wɔnom ama kwan na abrɛ ɔmo de nsɛm tu dwa no enti bi
we don't need to vet a nominee before we vote against the nominee. We have preliminary issues well grounded in law. You may disagree with us. And we say that on the basis of that.
Ebisia emrepe mo no saa ene no yebepe edi ama mo abra nipa wogina dom kuma nanimu ekasa ya asante achim central mmarahyɛ badwani ekasa ye no ebepe ni nyinaa na yɛde aba abeso mu ebisia yɛnto ansɛm ne so emfama yɛde nsɛm no efiri mmarahyɛ badwafie mu akwa akopie mu ɛwɔ ɛyɛ menhyia fikɛsie mu na His Majesty Otumfo Oseetu the second enkrata efiri naso ɛyɛ ɛde aba enkrata efiri naso ɛyɛ aba ne nyinaa ne sɛ fiti November bosome no ada ɛtɔso aduasa na sɛ November bosome na wieyɛ kopim January bosome na December bosome na ada edikan na sɛ November 30th to December 1st eno ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ bɔkɔ ntɔkɔ a agye ntini wɔ man Ghana ha no ma ɛne ɛkɔ na ba na kyɛsɛ yɛkunkum nkurɔfoɔ tɔ nananom wɔn nseɛ do akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ na afei nso ne nkora nneɛma bebree kɔ so wɔ bɔkɔ ntɔkɔ anim no okyerɛm ɛnɛ ɛho behia sɛ ɔbɛfrɛ afanu ne mmienu nyinaa na ɛsɛ ɔmatumi atena se aka ama bɔkɔ ntɔkɔ a agye ntini ɛwɔ man Ghana ha no nso no asomdwe atumi akɔ so ɛwɔ bɔkɔ ɛne ne mantam ɛne nkrataa ɛbaeɛ no nipa ne nsa ɛhyɛ ase yira Kofi Bedu wɔno yɛ chief of staff ɛwɔ manhyia fikɛseɛ mu ana kyerɛ sɛ ɔde nsɛm wei nyinaa ɛbaa yɛkyerɛ mu a ɛho bɛhia sɛ otumfoɔ sɛ to the second asantemawura ɔbɛtena ase na kyerɛ sɛ watumi aka bɔko asɛm no ɛna sɛ ɔmo de nsɛm to obi a ne ho fɔrefɔre bɔko asɛm no mu nyinaa sɛ sɛsi a no wɔnom ntaa mu twuku afiri sɛ otumfoɔ sɛ to the second ɔba bɛka asɛm no ɛna kyerɛ sɛ nkrataa ɛbaeɛ no ɛsɛ da afanu mmienu a wɔnom ɛwɔ bɔko ɛne ne ma nkyɛm ase sɛ asɛm ne baeɛ na anaasɛ otumfoɔ sɛ etu asantemawura ɛyɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔbɛka asɛm no ɛyɛ ade sɛ ɔmo ampopo ɔmo ti koraa ɔmo nyinaa agye atom sɛ ɔmo bɛhwɛ ama otumfoɔ aka nti ne yi bɔko ntɔkwa a agye ntini wɔ ɔman Ghana hanom a bebree no otumfoɔ sɛ etu de sinka asantemawura November bosome no ada ɛtɔ so aduasa kɔpem ɛyɛ December bosome ada edi kan ɛsɛ nam mmienu ɔde ba bɛsi hɔ afrɛ afanu ne mmienu nyinaa na watumi aka na asomdwe atumi akɔ so ɛwɔ bɔko ɛne ne mantam na yɛnto ansɛm ne so mfama wa Chief Executive Officer Emma Tree Crop Development Authority Dr. Andy Osei-Okra ne ɔde nsɛm otu dwa kyima ɛho bɛhia sɛ cashew wɔn mu dɔ cashew na afei nso no ɔmo tɔ nyinaa no wɔn bɛhwɛ no mu de nneɛma gu akwan mu ama wɔ mu sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ bɛtumi aboa paa ɛna ɔde nsɛm wei nyinaa to dwa abere kopie mu ɛwɔ German South Municipality bono mantem ne mu ana kyerɛ sɛ ɔde nsɛm wei nyinaa ɛto dwa ɛkyerɛ mu a ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ nei wɔn mu dɔ cashew no ɛne wɔn mu tɔ cashew no ɛne ɔmo ma obiara ho kwan sɛ obiara nkasa na no na kyerɛ sɛ wɔn mu dɔ cashew ne de so boɔ ɛbɔ wɔn mu tɔ cashew ne sɛ yɛ adeɛ sɛ ɔmo tɔ ano mo asisi wɔn mu yie paa ɛna sɛ yɛwura ne de nsɛm to dwa kyerɛ mu a ɔmo de nneɛma ɛba abɛgu akwan mu sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ sɛ asisi wei nyinaa ne so no ɛto bɛtumi atwa firi sɛ cashew adwuma no yɛ adwuma a wobɛpie mu ɔman Ghana hanom a nkurɔfoɔ bebree do mu ho agyem ɔmo srɛ aban so sɛ aban ɛmfa nhyehyɛ pɛ ngu akwan mu ma wɔn paa sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ cashew adwuma a wɔn ɛdɔ wɔ ɔman Ghana ha no so no ɔmo dɔ no so no aban ɛbɛtumi ayɛ nneɛma padeɛ ama ɔmo abere ɔde nsɛm ne to dwa no yɛntie bi.
And I can show say the whole Ghana, the living fruits of cashew, your Germans are one hour. Yang and a sampa one who have to a cashew, now we are called sampa. What it means when a cashew, and you're a bread, the other my straw, send the young papa to mama. In Ziruti, now Kasama, put the show, and no more we are poor. The poor Baman boom. Kami kase, woman to abama pa kafu ya po. It's a massive job, but you buy a toilet. I'm a young
Any outi Chief Executive Officer Emma Tree Crop Development Authority Dr. Andrew Osei-Okra ana chesodin si we nyina etudwa. Abusan fa kase boni nkonko pie mu won krofo amanso ne gine manim ana yede kase boni kwako pie na aba beto dwa se Guinea Supreme Court no ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ na bosom yɛ besim ne sɛ December bosom no aba beto dwa se Guinea man no wɔnom beto aba ɛde yi man panyin obedi Guinea man ne metimi aboa ama empuntuo ne ne mapetimi akoso Guinea man nim na aba beto dwa se Supreme Court or the provisional list aba na sɛ wɔnom betimi agina ame ɛto wɔnom so aba ɛwɔ Guinea man dim no ɔde din aba na ɔde din ba ye no na sɛ ɛyɛ General Mamadi ono okotu yera afakondi na se oye osre ne otimi kotu yera afakondi alpha kondi bae no na chese ne din wo list ne mu bi na chese wonum chirima ya de sa aba no wonum ba betu ne December edikan ya eno enkoto nche a former prime minister ono so ewo Guinea manim ne din wo bi na se din no wonum de aba mabobɔ ba mu chirima December bosome no Guinea man no ba beto aba edi ayi kandi ne obetimi edi Guinea man no enemo enimo efise ko mu sete ye no enka ne kabi ma menka bi no na enkoso ewo Guinea man ti si ade kabi ma menka bi no ba be koso amoma ba beto aba edi ayi ne po obedi Guinea man no enimo abusia ma menyina Guinea nsemi so na anopa no nsia kase ba me de besom wo ewo happy 98.9 FM no memfa ne nyina ensi wo hanom na wakase boni mo no ensem a wote ye no ebi ni say Chief Justice Yera po Bafo ne enra dokopie mu appointment committee nanimo ama wonom totototo na no saa ana ode nsem otu dwa chi ma atemu adwuma ene yabo ne din so mra chief justice no obehwe se ode niema betutu ye na so man Ghana ma no omu nyina so obi anya asem a any favoritism bi anim obehwe no atimi aka asem ne pepepe atimi aboa ama pepepe yen so atimi aba asem di bia adwumanim eno nkoto nchen so adom kuma won mo mra se bedwefie mu enu won mo sorry pie nyina ne chima ade say chief justice ye de na be se entoto na no yewra tukon ye maame tukon no onte ne ho ase asem no kra ewo eye ECOWAS court nenso ne yakwa kofa nipa fofra aba se entoto na no ya de kase bonu kopie mu nkrofo ama so ne gini men ma ba beto dwa se supreme court e wo honom no e de wo ma e beto mu so aba next month ne se bosom ye besim no aba ebusanse mi kan semu e ho na me de besom wo se anopa no nsia kase bo happy 98.9 FM midin di abena sante me sorry so na me sorry so the happy morning show to aso e di amamo
Stereo, Mother of all stations, who happy 98.9 FM stereo.
Yamamwachio, Niamamwa Kwaba, about happy morning shows, happy 98.9 FM.
Time to get out of bed. Time to put on the radio. Oh, you've already put it on.
Good morning.
You're waking up with
Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM.
Wakey.
Morning is upon us.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music, and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
Brother, maybe I can say Happy FM one. And the guy Happy keeper. Now, me compare kaki for pen drive with my chip teaching because mukano crepa. Yada masufa happy die yan team ana special media man team da kura kura intimin na da masu mun cece ya ni kama formuna mu kama yi ya men kama wono mo no me nyina ho adi na no kwenu the bible says on kwenu ton o ton da chi e ben abuti asuka team ba nyankopon mo no nchita
Efri nyanhini ekosi nro efri haban ede konkwa Ghana bibidro di tumi sorry anwodene ene nukremu ebre no dro say ye de Ghana Herbal Conference de di kankra ebro jumadie ebekoso December bosomene da etoso miensa ekopim enum ewo Prempe Assembly Hall Kumasi asemtitra ede jumadie ne so ne Harmony in Herbalism Balancing Tradition and Innovation bra na bahwe akwan ahodo a ye bibinro na hunu nu ahodo a yayo ewo Ghana ha nene adunsifo akukudan ene wonom a wo ya bibinro mu hwemu eni nkoma ehun hia sa adwumadie wonom omaso yasene amiade bramo eye the Ministry of Health Ghana Federation of Traditional Medicine Practitioners Association GAFTRAM Food and Drugs Authority FDA and the Center for Plant Medicine Research bomodia na kwa be fontintan kese ne so www.ghanaherbalconference.com DHI ewa be fontintan kese ahodo ne so at Ghana Herbal Conference so pese obeda wunru awayo no edi anase ope baby a ubetimi di unro na sie ewo dwumadie na se a bomodia na frey ewo tetefon homa iso 0202-222-095 Ana before forms ewo YFM Kumasi Inshaye so ben MTN Inshira FM anase Love FM Ghana Herbal Conference, our roots, our remedy.
Ghana,
Ghana Sanso. Say a Bempo Mrantiane Mabawa. Omwadam Wendisroku and Gudiani Munuabaso. I am the 2025 Swag Award. Anika Sabrese. Afi, awards need 50 years. I don't hear the Golden Jubilee edition of the Swag Award. Paso Accra International Conference Center. Saturday, November 15, 2025. Time, 6 p.m. Assembly Daso. A call for change in national orientation and investment in sports. Special guest of honor, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana. And a guest of honor, Mr. Julius Debra, Honorable Chief of Staff of the Republic of Ghana. Also in attendance, Mr. Gianni Mello, President, Association of International Sports Press, AIPS, performing live, Afro and Dancehall star, Stone Boy. Say a Swag Award, Saturday, 15th November 2025, at Accra International Conference Center. The longest running awards event in Ghana. The 50th Swag Awards. GCB Bank, Gold Board, Tobinco, Stanbic Bank, Ghana Free Zones Authority, National Petroleum Authority, Omnipsic Bank, Phoenix Insurance, etc., etc. And the 50th Swag Awards. Another time to celebrate and honor the best to inspire the rest.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music, and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
Eba Happy Morning Show, so ewo Happy 98.9 FM.
Been my abounding lifestyle, and if anybody were to go through any of my files at any of these places, this is what you come up with: that this man is honest, this man has integrity, and this man has what it takes to be a leader. And I believe that I have what it takes to lead the judicial service. Everything that I have done as a judge has been done with integrity, honesty, and impartiality. I have charted a course of adjudication that believes that the law should be the law for everybody, and that it doesn't matter who you are and what you are. Once it comes to the law, it is no discriminator of persons. That has been my abounding lifestyle. I joined the Ghana Prison Service in 1988, and I underwent 6 months military training, and I was posted to Secondary. That's where I met my wife. At the time I met my wife, he was also a Bob-No rank person. She didn't have any rank, actually, a sixth former who was then starting her career in the prison service. I was with the prison service for 2 years, till 1990, when we were told that I, as a deputy superintendent of prisons, couldn't marry a junior officer because we couldn't go to the mess together. So I opted out of prison service so that she could stay. I joined the Ghana Prison Service in 1988, and I underwent 6 months military training, and I was posted to Secondary. That's where I met my wife. At the time I met my wife, he was also a Bob-No rank person. She didn't have any rank, actually, a sixth former who was then starting her career in the prison service. I was with the prison service for 2 years, till 1990, when we were told that I, as a deputy superintendent of prisons, couldn't marry a junior officer because we couldn't go to the mess together. So I opted out of prison service so that she could stay.
ɛwɔ nneɛma mu akwaba ɛba happy morning show so ɛwɔ happy 98.9 FM. Yaba deɛ ne aba na akasima baako aduonu nsia na nonson abɔ ɛna no pɛyi na Tuesday 11th of November 2025 rapapa fatisha boli atena se principal papa Yim Brown atena se enra o se obi hwe camera saa na rapapa fatisha boli so hwe na de oni ahwe woni fie wa hunu
ya fa baby to say last one cry any obi ba na ka say me meti ho yie no
okay yo enje yaba ne aba yemfa weather update no quickly yemfa mreti fo ne iPhone na no pay Ghana meti osi enka kire Ghana fo nyina na no pay say o man ya na afo fam ne yemhwe animu say emia bi wo ho a ensuo no ebemu na animu kakra fa bi wo ho a bokoro na ase busuo gugu kakra epiemu akoko piemu ewo o man yi emfimfini efamu emia hodo na yenkwa ne nsuo a ewo no na no pay na ukopiemu ewo man atifi efamu ena no paya Ghana metu se enkrubi etze Bolgatanga na Lergu wa ene ne mpotemu ensuo no be kusukuku kakra ho na sanso ena yendi tamale ene bole ensuo no ebemuna nanim ewia ewo bra premo ato no Ghana metu se ma Ghana fo nyina sonte wo man na afo fam nkrotuo bi etze aplawo enkran ene ka so ade ensuo no ebeto ama ewiemu abobom sanso na kopiemu o man finfini fam nkruto bi etise kofodua achem oda kumase sehwi bekwai goso sunyan enene mpotemu a Ghana metu se eyade a nsu beto ama ewiemu abomu emia hodo na kan nyina na wiane be ni tinu abo enwumre wo bra no nsia abono wo man Ghana mu anafo efamu ensuo no ebemu na nanim nkrutuo bi etise Cape Coast ni takrade de
Happy FM
98.9 se ensuo ebeto kofodua achem oda ene ne mpotemu kopiemu ewo buase ene ne mpotemu kumase ene ne mpotemu ketekrachi ene ne mpotemu kopiemu ewo tachima ne sunyane ne mpotemu a enwumre ewo bra no nsia abo ekro no yenhwe no musi nsuo no betimi ato ama wiemu abomu emia hodo no aka ne de Ghana metu se eyade a ensuo no ebemu na nanim nemum o ma tififam emframa na bebo no ano ebeye wese pa wei ene se de wiemu ensem ebeye don hwere dumienu odi animu no Ghana Meteorological Agency wona daroma ena wokruchi nsemi gu nkrata so duty forecaster eye Rebecca Bediako wono enenei okruchi nsem de gu nkrata so a watu bi apete de aman ya yabɔ ho dawro ede amawo no na yawie ne sa ne de na yenkonkofa dawbo krata a ena no pai abadwomu no etifi nsem ne bi yemfamre etiefo na eni ahwefo ewura papa faticha boli atenase principal papa Yim Brown atenase achiame Ghana for chiam
ya Jose
nti yemfa ne se bia wa chia obi wa ha na aka kire ne se ni panel rank nti muntimi nya ya na
na se ni panel ya bob no rank on to me rank m co officers mess ngum ni ade na udu officers mess aye ni abra ye kasa na obeja be darling da bi ye ho ye darling ho nti ne
na eso mu ko hompo bom in the first
place na ba ko nko no no hwa dia ebe easier say bi obenye adwuma foforo and all those things no ebe ye ono
yeah
and na odeko ye no na ba ko no say prisons no like security services no you say prince obi ba wabra still onya ya say awada ni PR everything security ono no person ya no mo recognize no mo kase and e be ma X factor enti no ohwa obi obre as okwhyem no wakwhyem ewi atoma ne de say ananka yenkonko a de hia ne say obesua na ade na watro ne say exams na yo mo church no your friend is saying promotional exams no watro obi aye na aye ya ne hwe enne hwe and ogina sui and no to me can change so about no rank
on a
director the prison service and it was a fantastic
decision
sacrifice
okay
by the man okay. Now to me so don't womb
yeah
need mu papa
35 years old
you send your car and no so no enye emua kitwe bi
ezebo ami
epede ezezo wa ma obi tibi na eja okochire mu na nko bi because one chire mu say ya na obi akoka say na wo kwa wo prison yes ake wo ya de
yes
ono ano si de bi mate ahwedom yesuma me water kra de ha de but me buy no me hu nhire mfeefew me nije hu
kanka me panyum bi abo ediama Chief Justice nominee
ede cover ne sa
owura abafo boni nanka me panyum bi abo ama no DJ
wo me frita krade na me kokuma se
minim kokuma se ene papa yansin
papa yansin oni kunu
na ma war no
is no oni kunu ai osport mesen dey time na
ngwa say nyu we wan kai
wasn't no otakam na
frita krade
wa pack okita ne bag or ko bag krope because eja obi a we post ne ze on say da nke bo life na so nti ne bag krope enti no os do efie kuma o sane yala ena o se mo won che won fo mo nko station ena was no call chata taxi enti o do ho no wo ye introduction as wo chacha no sports bese fe bi no say na takra za anza mo wa hanya
patience
besi aba wo ye me fe wate te wa no se dabi that my lines o de mutumi ye pa nti also se bibia az bibia gbo enwa no ye no se wa afa nti na nkeja deputy superintendent dem no kan
ya
na Bob no rank Susan Chen nti wo ma na mpanyimfu na wo se abrante na aza wanyo beta cross ada brebe ye nya anyway yanka nkyerɛw so when you je besi enu ho paza yanka nkyerɛw there Bob no rank and deputy superintendent enfa nti obanda me no o say patience sana friend
yeah patience
asema wa benyu ti be enden patience mudofo pa nti I want to say me worry me jen nti awutin me jen ebe fia ye be hie wo ho enu ni ti story na me the background ni nyina no abom no
na ho bi
na me tete nkwanchen yes
but Sefah, on the vetting of the venerable CJ nominee, I think say Enra and Sembi issue were vetting where before the vetting, there were issues that
me say ya no adoko na twume kwa aka no eno ane ne nche na ma mo pe oba o de beto so oba bedi
o de mamintie azma o de ba na no pe
I was honestly taken aback
by what?
By the event that characterized even before the walkout. And let's give just
Happy FM 98.9
small education be Sefah. In parliamentary democracy, boycotting and a walkout are two different things. And I don't think say we employ idea say ye chiri mu bebre ye nyina nim boycott ye nyina nim walkout. My Hussein Crawford try to mix the two together. I don't think say it's factual. But Sefah, and now what was the over protective of the CJ nominee about? The majority leader, and by extension the Honorable Dafiamepo or the majority whip, majority chief whip. What was the protecting the CJ? What was it about? That I will not sit here for any rules to be broken and all those things, what those shared. And on the Bema, who say or a majority leader or parliament and Sefah, because Mentiasi. Look, these are Sefah, these are the same people. And less than 12 months ago, they were calling the decision of the Supreme Court unanimous FC. People are not principled in this country. And especially Honorable Dafia Mekbo. We can go back and post some of Ninsemwa Okaya in the commentaries on TV and on radio, on social media, in his interviews and all that. In fact, at a point in time, in a political dispensation, Yanyankrophobia, sitting member of parliament, sitting members of parliament, every decision by the Supreme Court was given a name tag to ridicule the Supreme Court. And he found the unanimous FC back room. So how come suddenly some people are protecting the Supreme Court as if say some people are out there to crucify the Supreme Court? See, me makasem we wahada. Me say it's the same judiciary, no, and I didn't want to command the executive. It was not parliamentarians, and yet the executive, the judiciary, omunya opportunity to safeguard omo baby omo anye, and omo they are common executive. And maybe yeah generation, yeah time there, that is how it's going to be like until Yamano everybody want to change some things, because I dare say what has happened, it won't stop. It will not stop. Even if after this president, the Obe Bakra want to stop it, there will be elements in those political parties. Ombeka say no. Sa kwan na eso bi afa so bi. Senye kwan pakra obi anfa so bi. So what was Honorable Ayariga? Those unruly interjections. What was it about, Sefah? See, Ejuma Justice Bafuboni Ayeno. Ewo Krumuhano. It's out there for everybody to Kwadwo, the decisions are out there. See, me. I was at the Accra High Court when Ojeli Atai. I was there that day. I was sitting in that court. Enti Nejuma is out there from starting free High Court, Echo Court of Appeal, ABC, and now or Supreme. His work is out there. His work is not in question. But you can't be a footballer and a referee in the same match. That's the crux of the matter. You can't be a referee and a footballer and a coach in the same match. Accra has to folk Kumasi Asante Kotoko. You were a player, you were a coach, and you were a referee. That was all that the minority was trying to see. Then Obia Betanaho, as if said less than 12 months ago, now you know the views about the Supreme Court and Supreme Court judges. Less than 12 months ago, we had members of parliament. Ene. Oma say, Oma Dani Omo, so Omo ye Surabofo. They want to behave as Omo ye saint. Afeya Omo free Pluto. Afeya no Oma ba earth. Oma Dani Omo behaving say they are so protective of the Supreme Court and Supreme Court justices. And he for an from unanimous FC less than 12 months ago. So said the beya and for party for be who say I'm part on a year majority leader. Boko Central people are looking for him.
Boko Central. Okay. Yento aswe na yemfa ye the obokrata hodo ne na no pa ba dwom. When you may have your views, you may have your thoughts about the course and the minority staged a walk out They did not boycott. They were there. They said, say, no, they were there. So we need, because I understand where you're coming from with that first part of the argument. Because I'm misconstruing.
Do you know why? Do you know why? It's not ordinary Ghanaians. So Sebi.
Yeah,
it's not,
I've read those comments.
It's not party people on Sebi on the pavement of Accra.
People we consider as learned.
It's media houses.
Yeah.
It's media houses. Any parliamentarians.
Yeah.
Sebi. It's not ordinary. Eye Ghanaian a be a oti akuase anasa owo pepiase ena all cancer ansem nemum eye nsentrofo any some parliamentarians they know adie we if look for yemi ensa maybe eye cancer ansem because yemi ensa yete sebi enwa yenum enye nko an enim nyansa. In fact, obi wo ha otie nya fati. The ensem a ye kan otiase kura sen.
Yes, of course.
Yen nya kwenya ene wo ha ne ye kan. But be some of us we've been here for long, so we know some of these things. So sometimes it's upsetting part to hear people and these are journalists and media houses. Sometimes you can't help it but to want to call some people out. But anyway, they are colleagues, so sometimes it's difficult to call your colleagues out. Fatiana Meboa.
Happy FM 98.9.
No, sometimes.
How is it difficult to call your colleague out? I mean, if your colleague is misstepping.
Anyway,
there is nothing wrong. Joel Pacho Pepo. Joel Pepo. And you see, Enra, their course or no. Number one, it is nothing new within a year in the annals of a parliamentary history. We've had that several times. But then there was a part of the entire episode, especially the first part of the episode, that me feel is at least anti-asia baya the person can be a bit miaka. Because the chair of the committee as of that time had said, na some of can be or release should be expunged from the records. So you could have allowed Ura Fenyomake to say whatever it is that he wanted to say as of that time. Now the argument in the historical abundant later on during the year vetting, CJ nominee Ura Pobafu Boni. And his statement was that, look, Parliament Jumedio Mudino, and see, or say Parliament wanka majority or minority, or say Parliament Jumedio Mudino, and now dia a court of competence jurisdiction bia, Eddie Simmons bia ba, say Parliament should not go ahead to vet him. If Diomo yenu etiambra konwa onim, but whatever it is that they were doing as of the timer, no more vetting on a dia a namra kwanso. And so Parliament was not misstepping as of that time. Well, of course, a minority in Parliament had their say, they left, but the vetting continued. Later on, on a Pahwada there were a couple of statements a buyer and I say a CG nominee, Ura Pobafu Boni, particularly with the Atai sentence in our there. The explanation that he gave as to why DNT to the be any longer jail terms and as a longer sentences and a severe sentences.
No, but even on that score, I disagree with the Chief Justice.
No. So that's.
I don't think say a BB ananke say okankura. Why not 30 and 70? No. A judge.
So Oba Bontia.
Oba bet the family will be the first
target.
No.
For the person
respectfully
to work on.
The sentencing would have been based on evidence presented.
Yes.
The atrocities are why.
Of course, not because of fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not because of fear.
His explanation,
that was what
he was thinking about his family.
Of course. And that's why I have a big problem.
Yes.
So now, we can say, for a fact, say a lot of the sentences...
So listen to the Daybreak headline or the man's story. Listen to it. I fear Atai. I jailed him 70 years to protect my family. This is wrong.
And it brings to the question, and I think that John Pachope,
it is wrong.
On the face of the evidence,
this is how they jail people. Then everybody should be worried.
Of course. So it could be, and I'm not saying that it is. A bit me abase. Atemu ahodoa ajajifo binum dodo no ade aba no. Could be say it wasn't based on the face of the evidence, and I say on the validity of the evidence of the abanemum was based on fear, which is an affront to ensuring that there is what we call a transparency. Periperio. Okay, look,
a judge should not be speaking this way.
Anyway, aka isima bako in Siana no so abo. We'll have conversations around this. We're going to to media ba. What you observed and the all share the course so bra na yet to CJ nominee ano.
My highlight of Enra vetting was the analogy of why magistrate and judges jail people for stealing. Case of X. Any body of it was
an analogy ni mame
me mame a stand Catholic. We Gina a body almost 8 months. Apem kesepa and see Fatimi I can associate with Sardian because na me so awoye bi. Body no enya say hania o si we be ko catisi ho. We be ko sofo ho. We be ko ha. Esi ho deda enti every day bi e be ko afu mu bia no. O do ho, o ye bibia, unim ba bia bia be ko. Enti imagine say wakura na apem yi Kwadwo apapa ya start say papa kakra efe. Christmas e be do e dey come catkis ano sofo. Na
de montra wa asema aba monti e.
Ede na ba.
Yes, Roma sorry be a way sikado. Oh mu jiju susun wo ho. Oh mu di scanner afem ho. Ana me say catkis na this kaya yere na. Kwadwo bo afo onam jiju susun. Boy, I try dance ho. I try dance ho ma susun ye ni baby afa. And I'm a semi coming to jingle for a game in 5 days.
We have a bit me about poem at the Avamo and Nano Pair. I guess man, I know so about live on a happy morning show. The Democrat and
now I could trouble the
trouble the
now was this our body no two. Some mameno in that village, yet to say Wakubia will be 4x4.
Yeah,
which that I agree. No, you see, Sefah, that reasoning, because me, Sefah, me, minim ubia, minim abusia bia, omu hre enipa mienu, omu hre enipa mienu because a family member, ekutu, obi menkani. Sefah, okutu obi menkani o. Okotu menkani no obi hu se otu menkani no ye kokobusa no o si da bia nyo no tu menkani no na sebi onipa ne kobodua okobodua eto abusua no. Do you know what happened? The ono okoye saade no ono andi kan anwu ni nua ketwa ani ni nua pani ene wi na busua no fa akiri ekobusa mu no ansa na ye ka se onipa so mesi wakoye se ye bebusa no wanka ansana omo babak abebusa no na ne nua baako enti mienu Sefah-Danquah. So eno ne the analogy na CG epese ode to abonti enti e bia wo de otenkran oti ya obi akotwa obi board ye to ono no board ye no eye se amroba eba ne fie aba besesa ne fie ne amanyina. Honestly, that's my highlight because I can identify or cancer or mass analogy. No, I can identify because me so have catch the body we cause of for. Enti sumuni ye na entu anto form ampa you try ya de chin ya the commission house ebi o you try ya de bedu fie na the commission house because your software board there wo ye den betmo kra won team free so isan say e hane ya ye say e koso fo ho nti ukutwa onim de ode be ye onim pa ya obenso amum de won fa won kokot obebo mpa ye etia onim de ode be ye e wo ho so sometimes you might
I shall proceed
koso
Thierry.
my remarks with a quote from Shakespeare's Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 7. First, as I'm his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, and as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door and not bear the knife myself? Besides, this Duncan has borne his faculty so meek, has been so clear in his great office, and his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn baby, striding the blasts of heaven's cherubim, housed upon the silent couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye. Tears shall drown the wind. I have no spare to prick the size of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls on the other.
Happy FM 98.9. Happy FM 98.9.
But my boy poem na mo.
Meniaje pa Macbeth.
Macbeth.
Meniaje.
My boy poem na mo.
I had to go and read it.
Imagine honorable ewa bra or class 1. Na omo eye bia UN Day, Cultural Day, African. Imagine oje Mike na Dede.
Oh, damn.
Dede.
Oh,
My name is Alexander.
No, but you see, if say what could training be about how you train children, say one started sa and until started not on a high pitch, you know. We say omo kwa no mo ba for mo no mo ba for mo you are omo intimate to us but man high pitch na and some up dropping on we
A strategy. A rhetorical strategy.
Hey, emre no we nya be baba kokra.
And
ya fa the chronicle.
For chronicle
Zechariah 7:9. Thus says the Lord of hosts, render true judgment, show kindness and mercy to one another. A friend, now go see next week. Mun show me mercy.
No, I've seen your list.
No nonsense.
No, I've seen your list.
Okay.
I think I would take the first one, the Adabrakawa.
Oh, dabi.
Now listen to it.
I've seen.
I won't listen. I don't listen.
I've seen your list. I will take Adabrakawa.
Send them.
Adabrakawa 10
Mon
CD.
check page, you know.
Gary 1 CD.
Adabraka Gary 1 CD.
Gary 1 CD.
2 CDs. Gary 2 CDs. Egg bako any willy. That should not cost me 25 Ghana.
Then they may do watching.
Nyanto Boasie. Now, a hono. They me yana say, Ebi on nim di okeka.
Oh, nim di okeka.
You've given a list. I've taken the list.
Debbie.
It's a matter of getting the list.
You. Check it.
No nonsense. IGP closes down Ehi police
we know your
station.
purple and that's it. And I velvet. Purple.
IGP closes down Ehi police station in Volta region after violent attack on officers. Nanse no, adena muso ya na mo bochem ko na mako police station na mo like hey yo Atwabu chieftaincy broha o man hene sues claimant Telecel Huawei reached $70 million agreement to boost technology. President elections should be held in November, and as a presidential elections should be held in November. Bafu Boni ena eka sasemi medinko to just help acha we need dem wara untumi be say birthday month ne my yesre wada Muma yendi
It will
wiansa.
be every 4 years.
There be.
It will be every 4 years.
Yes,
Every 4
and
years.
fourth year na enyede.
Every 4 years.
Africa needs inclusive AI policies grounded in local relevance. Deborah, and I attribute a year, same way a day amanomimbo straight. Enko Hanom OSP lacks independence and resources. IMF and Eka. Yeah, Kakrano said, but they are luxury. Yanko Nigeria. Trump's threat, a wake-up call for Nigerian government to address insecurity. Udanta and Eka return home before you get arrested. Shehu Sani tells Nigerians after Trump revokes 80,000 visas. Rivers government vows to tackle gender-based violence. Please rescue 15 girls, arrest 3 suspected traffickers. We the Chronicle.
Mipacho, yemfa the daybreak and twaso and no pay. Na offer daybreak and no pay a big one. Top military officer fingered in 500,000 Ghana cedi rent scandal. Enti Enfonino Ebaha, Lieutenant General William Ejapon CDS Nimfoni ene ka story hu enyo ono na waye bibi na emum ono esanse ono na ye CDS no entina Nimfoni e wa hayi na ese ne top military officer na ne eja rent scandal be 500,000 Ghana cedis ena akudini ho ena daybreak e de aba minority reject disputed Bafuboni boycott vetting me pacho enye boycott eye walkout inti daybreak for pacho muntie na muntie ni ye the score so no niema mienu so omo ankokra de a anka boycott but omo ko ya omo protest ye omo pie no eno no parliamentary we no parliamentary balance no
obeya maye ura afenyoma ken
yes and I say parliamentary
balance or parliamentary language
yes no workout
or in parliamentary linguistics
no workout in timpamcho munhwe na mo monye ne yie pa I fear Atai jailed him 70 years to protect my family asem we die mu rem kakra pa na nkenye so oka saa no fa oyeye o jeli no etrimu pa ode ye no ba na enye se oka ho asem ewo anu averting ho visa racketeering scandal hit NEP enti orura Erikaje Esquire ono ene CEO Edema NEP ye se omukọ UK na nsen na enkrofo a ekọ obi no enya visas ekọ obi no your private sector tally in development we Alice Adade we daybreak and no pay
ma menche michichi no na memfa
empany yato ntishe
na memfa Daily Graphic Democrat ado etifin sem ni informative for the info. Courts will serve all fairly. CJ nominee pledges at vetting. Enra na CJ nominee or chiremu dientia obeko court ahodo. Now there is a lot of backlog. Or chiremwa ekasa edifa the conditions of service of the judiciary ewo maimo. Chiremu say omo enjoy article 71 no. Omo kuma bi be 250. No more makani nyina no they draw their salaries free aban ho na aban eto da bi kura no atie woso beko regions bi no na ajagefo bi on beda kura ho de ne mom omu ni ba bi da obehwe o se Sefati no ko oti regional Fati koko hu dan fefe oti region no yesi papa na akoko tena ne fie no yo manzo twini chine obi a ade say jina no
wodina
semba court the bear in the day na wetimi aye wadwuma yi but any watchiremu say ade a say
me amasem kokko mba am say judge 5 years no rent ma compromise
yanto these are critical matters yanko student loan trust fund na okopim student loan trust funder asemode na ba beto dwa a wo kyeremu se ene sika na nkenkane ye de ma won wo mukosua pon suku mu se besia se omu emfa mo ho bra na omu wie suku no a omu nya adwuma a o ma hyase e de atua de ama aban no ya tumu ohamu nchichemu aduonum 50% ena ye de aka ho enti enkane na oje ye 1500 a ene ye de 50% of 1500 aba beka ho enti wa nimsisika no emu be duru the amount. Nation's oil industry facing sharp decline. Energy Minister warns. Integrated tosu edu emiensa. Okwa womanyi suafo a wono eno hwe yenyana mo hoɔdene ensem so. Eye owura John Jinapo eno de asem atodwa se omanyi fanwo a na yenya no. Sese no kamia ese eso te yepa. Ghana signs safe bilateral debt agreement with Germany. Intene Ghana aban ene Germany aban ene womu akọ entiasia pamu a na ene eka yede Germany aban no entiasia ba mu se eka no yentimi ntua no animu ya nti umma yemre na yentua eno ene de koto Germany aban animu a waje atumu ama ene entiasie no empanyimfo edi wonsa ahyase kratefe toso aduonu ofa daily graphic de obokrata no a ofa betimi ehunu na wakenkan ewomu monetization of politics worrying backbone to African MPs entiane nei obepiem wabiman mu a den na sie
welcome restaurant ma wow that drink bi drink no say bi wa say ba ko no CC any PP na ebe a wo so pe CC what wa na nipa no the PP e be si na we bie so na aka say na say me catch you say me pe CC no say oh it is still the same we ni be dia na obu be fu
oh make ke bi ajire
me be ke bi ajire no
98.9
na mami fa to monetization of politics worrying say no yes amanyo sema ye yo ewa bibima mu no akwakoda ne sika woni sika ana onye sika ni ebinim nsem a wontumi enkonko ya amanyo sem ewo omamu eno eya de a ano aye de ne pa se ya hwe ne yi a de ohaw pa ne bebrain drive national growth through Strategic Marketing Education Minister urges CIMG graduates. CDD Ghana partners launch CSO platform for to drive constitutional reform agenda. Eno ewaha U.S. Senate passes deal to end shutdown, the longest shutdown in the history of the United States of America. AU Commission calls for urgent international action on Mali crisis. We the daily graphic the Bokrata nano pensemo alphabet bi hunu na wanya bia kenkan wo no.
Memfa the new finder into so businesses hit at possible price reduction. Hooray. Gold hits 2-week high amid US economic concerns. GSE ends week lower despite Friday rebound. SASO and a petroleum sector arrears rise to $2.8 million as oil revenues slump. We the new finder.
Mipacho ma memfa the new republic and twaso ene anopay. Power play at Lands Commission. Acting executive secretary moves to oust deputy amid reform rift. Enti sefa ene udru baby a obeto wasasi onesa asase abeto baby a benya ho krata no. Esi oja eda ho. Nipa mienu a yede omakọ se omunkodi dwuma emboa na reforms ene ade a ebeba ho se de wodi wadwuma kọ ho a na wonsa asesem kọ ho a ebedi en tentem da bi o enye no na omodwen ho ni nyina so obi apetumi a odi bedi dwuma obi emusa ne hwe eno ena the new republic ede aba animu ha tafa a ye bom ede ama wi cities rise and shine. Takrade traders cheers minister's success. Enti ene ura doctor ato forcing ene ne de wakopie mu ewo takrade market circle na okopie edwa no a ewo ho no ene mai say hey minister why are you why are there papa pa yenyawo ntemu pa yenyawo free 2022 ebesi ene ya kaniema ekoyi papa pa na unim se owura professor Emeyan Kromfi ejina court na witness ba ko enura state witness ekogina adaka mu no o se sky train project ya ye kan ho asem ene sika twitwiridie akofa nkrofo nsase board sika twitwiridie
$2 million.
Fatia ne wonye sika
okay.
It was 2.5 million sika twitwiridie o Fati
yanko
witness no kogina adaka mu no ena yebusa ne se na our board ni subi osen na project no eba for board approval say debi say
was South Africa so Dubai was here for no muko for no omu bibi kakra so kire omo no mo we mo
and omo say na uko board meetings bi ono say share me wo ho de bi as allowance ti de bia na me wo ho pa omo say enti de aba no witness wasem num say nya board approval enti omukọ hu ye na na omo bae na omo ba be ye 2024 best fish farmers chase minister for awards enti no so ensem wa from death row to bail kitchen knife coup plotter freed on 2.5 million Ghana cedi bill we new republic
for the National Enquirer the Obokrata no emunsem to be infamous KGO group boss urges shift in national mindset entiane said the adwene omamu ni nyina no si timi sachara ya adwene na adwene bi papa de betimi aboama empuntuo ni nkoso aba gold board crackdown 25 illegal gold traders arrested tiene ohwo manimu ebinum kurasi mutrase say empesi bi humanim mo befa iska akọ omamu na mo de ye nemu pe yaso awomu enipa baako adunu enum de yese womu eton iska akọ bra womu eni enkrata omamu ye mra no so se oni nkrata wuntimi nton iska akọ ntiene yaso awomu Ghana, Nigeria police strengthen cooperation to combat crime. Aposifo adwuma kuomienu me kire de wo Ghana ene de wo Nigeria mamu ene nei wo mo akona krana sehwe bone a ekoso ewo abiman atoye famu yi de wo mo ekom ho bompa na wo moden etimi akon atia NHIS hits 18.4 million coverage Indiane woman no kwa na yakọ animu se wonu mu a wo de ho ekọ akọhye National Health Insurance Scheme no mu no sesei dipadodo no a ena de ho akọhye mu opepe edu enwotwe akiripo 18.4 million enene Ghana fo a wo mu ewo NHIS card eno no GIPC clinches dual victory at WAIPA World Conference in UAE na ye kana sana memfa ntia kase emfa nkonkoma ora Simon Maji wono ene ye panyina woda Ghana Investment Promotion Center no ene ne yese Ghana Promotion Center ma bom ho modern pa ne abasobode kase pa enum kopi mu ewo WAIPA conference course so ewo United Arab Emirates ene abasobode kase etimi akọ ede ama ye GIPC. Government slashes 30% off passport application fee. Monjeswe.
Yeah.
Hey. As a zone of Mizan. Yo. And you're not Julius Debra advocate for fair tax reforms. And yeah,
Mreni.
Aye. Na Mreni. And Yazem Kitwa. Ghana showcases expanding investment opportunities at Africando 2025. Nene board chair of GIPC, Ora, Dr. Akwesi Opon-Fusu, and Okopi Mua, Ochirimu, investment sectors ahodo, miahodoa. One more person do Msikabesho Memo Bitimi, Ede Ababashe, and Shaya, Abanyi Ayo, Ede Boy investors. One more person or the National Enquirer. It won't seem to be no.
Paper as a hawk. Yahonu under attack. 3 corps scheme to jump the line ɛno ɛwɔ hanom ɔmde infoni of COP Dr. Saibu Pabi Garba infoni ɛwɔ ha. COP Alhaji Idi Lansa Seidu Nifoni ɛwɔ ha. COP Dr. Vance Baba Garba nti Garba to Seidu ɛna ɔmofoni ɛwɔ ha. Ɔmo nyinaa no in fact ɔmo gyina ɔmo na so yie papa. Menim so ɔmo ho asɛm na yɛka wɔ ha so ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo jampe line na say ɔmo na ɔmo di asɛm na menim nti saa na tie.
Page number.
No, page number 6.
Me interested in this stuff.
Naimos must return to military doctrine. I am not under anyone's pressure, Ayene, says the presidency backs his go slow approach. Why not see your go slow? No CVs under Ken's presidency. Natoshi tells delegates everyone will get a job. Oh, sir. And also, Mosimo page 6. Yenkoshe na yemfebi emrewe ama na asem na edilo to because they say at the paper no enya asem ketua asem kwala na eba bekan so ma ye ne colorful say na ebe kacho na wetumi akan ni The race to succeed Ghana's police chief has taken a troubling turn with allegations that 3 senior commissioners are secretly scheming to leapfrog their superiors through backdoor. Hey, and penny for me and saying almost as was superiors. And a man for Temu. According to respected security analysts and former police administrator, Molebna Yene Paul, at least 3 commissioners and Mudina Ebobo, are allegedly leading a subtle campaign to position themselves as successors to the current IGP. Enti saa enetie dan nipa ba kope
anyway
na IGP enti no
o ye dan okwahin ye nimdu appointed that and but I feel say after this CJ the next CJ should be a female
after this IGP.
The next IGP should be a female.
I think we need to go back into I don't know. I think there was a time that I chanced upon Omo Mababe, Inspector General of Police. I said, I'm not bad.
So I think so.
Oh, Debbie.
Robert
Mills.
Yes,
Robert Mills.
Robert Mills. Yes.
Apart from one.
Yeah, I think so. No,
Asan. Joel, they give mommy. Who they say himself?
Gold Board, overseer. Gold Board arrest 25 for illegal gold trade and fabrication. Me feel it papa fatwo ni bi ahwe enti eno nso no ene de gold board ena ene oma so nkrofo maako aduonum oma so mo point se kwiam ni nyina ne se oma fa kwanbone so na omo ton gold e wo mamu ya ka kire mo se ontimi mfa kwanbone bia so enton gold ana se ento gold e wo omamu still amaso odin mo mpese mo bedi so Ghana signs bilateral debt arrangement with Germany enti eno nso e wa ha ti obehu Germany ene Ghana omo photo samfo mienu nyina omo so omo nsa omo achia Syria pa takrade market project to resume next year. Finance Minister assures enti eno nso okopie mu ho no eno de saa ensem we ekoto udwa. ADB ladies support breast cancer fight with donation to Flames of Hope Foundation and also ewa ha CMCS Jama Koni promote Ghanaian cocoa at 8th China International Import Expo and also ensemo ewa ha much awaited in cocoa nkete program to be launched tomorrow in Kumasi internet yejumedie so no ye be share the much awaited in cocoa nketen ewo tumedie we so Eric Opoku ono na Minister Food and Agriculture nimfoni ewa ha we overseer ena anopai
yewie yemfa social media trends and from right here for na anopai. It's 23 minutes past the hour of 7. Happy morning show no asukuso tie no. Baby Edro no say ye koko pie mu wa be fontintan kase ye no so kwankwa anuase. ɛhɔ nsɛm ahodoɔ hɔ no ɛwura papa Fati Shaibwali wɔyɛ krade sɛ ɔde ne nyinaa ba bɛto dwa ɛto da bi a sɛdeɛ meda bi a meka no no ɛto da bi a yɛde bi ɛyɛ sereɛ ɛto da bi a asɛmhia no wobɛhu sɛ yɛwie a ne ahyɛseɛ ne yɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ ɛto da bi a bi ahyi ɛto da bi a ne yɛde bi nso ayɛ afotuo ahanko a ɛna abɛnya no.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music, and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
It's too late to say that you are sorry. After you broken my heart. When I needed you to satisfy my soul. You turn your back and said,
birthday no aka ena bakon enkron debi enka enkron akansia any countdown artwork for a birthday no the countdown artwork for birthday no 17th of November 2025. It's going to be kicking.
But so no say and your fast in birthday.
Your fast in birthday. And so I'm for number.
No, so be school.
The big maybe say my match is birthday no mom go school.
Hey. Okay. Se ano se na wahye brana se na obo no. Se wanhwe ni yi a ade bia ebema mu heart attack me then na me be yi a kire mu. Monko Facebook Happy 98.9 FM. Na monko hwe ade bi wo ho. Mu wia especially idi ene awule. Mumba kire mu dia mo beye because idi say no I sure bet na prior so no dia kodu the maleus and avrongu ho na ne ba no school no awule die obe drive my police crash stop no police stop na obesi na wafu moto akọ asem ya me ba bekan etidie imagine say we de oba girl akọ secondary school na wama kwan abefie na wakoja ne kwan ewo eye bus station so for bus na onko school na unam ho ewie bia agya wedu fufu ewie ote eye ufie edwen wo ho ukọ eye social media obani video eneda ho yi abrantie emrantie we mu no mo ye sa de no omo ma nko ye de nkola no kosko no omo abehye omu fie 1 week 1 month o de bomayen but I say
Happy FM 98.9
munti ase munti o tie for munti ye beba
Happy FM 98.9
Remember one is our month. After my beauty school, Miss my uncle. No, I'm in the papa social school. Maybe she went him calculate. She went him calculate. Catch us some about come with you.
Ghana is the hottest food.
Happy FM 98.9
Entino diamote ya no maybe one is abe obe musabe no abaya a secondary school or shane check uniform eno sha brantie bi dem ai hwemenim kakla ai eno sha brantie bi dem na brantie nanya kukuduro atam phone so a record no na o ka kire wiase nyina se monhwe onu nie maybe one is abe Enti se we ya maame we ya papa na se wonam social media na wokohu se wo ba e video ni video no dia abrante no to social media ne de nanim nyina da ho dedwa wo hu nipa kro ye na ya blare no because oye mine no enti ye ntumi fa nanim emma mo bi ehu nanim nyina da ho nti wo behu se wo ba ne nie den pa na obeye comment na aba no enie Fafa essay, how do we teach adolescents to handle the feelings they start to develop? How do we teach them that the future is full of so many possibilities to settle too early for fleeting emotions and 2 minutes of pleasure? And finally, how can the education system make them busy enough to at least reduce the time they will be sexually active? Oh no, all can no. Queen Ekua say, oh Lord have mercy. So and as a part of bar, I say by now, the boy doesn't have BEC certificate away until now loading. Holy Virus says, imagine she dies in your room, your eyes will start to clear. Nico be say Kobe as soon he will understand why social media is dangerous and it will be too late for his eyes to clear. Official Claire say, as a senior high school teacher, we have seen it all. Saso and Amami Abenasi, if I see a video like this with our beautiful girls, then my heart bleeds. Saso and Akote, I say, this is sad. When you give birth to a female, pray every day for her. Passe, is this ignorance or stupidity? What is a flex here? It's your energy you are losing, guys. Saso and Oforiwa say, should we tell her or we should wait? Inti sa ena comment no etie na sa video ye ba bonte no in fact e trendy ye papa ma amanfo e ka ho nsam ye pa na no ena ba ya me be won sa be ono ankasa santam phone esi nanim no say o won kiremu a o de be ma ye moma ye ntie bi.
Happy FM 98.9.
Good morning. Pacho, Mrs. Tess, me mama, phone and me brother some more TikTok, Miss Romo, and the premise selling a video will circulate on media, Miss Romo, on your boyfriend, Minu age, Maki Keba, Menino what them, Menino what them,
and also on you know what them, my on your turn as a keke, on you know what them, na, on your bibiala, on you know what them to know to Mkashani Dima. Our boy no suit to for phone or recording there or busy 1 man to her or but one that ben. Commenting in here. Yahweh essay, why is she explaining too much? The guy pound them like a be finish. Now she dey come give format. False guy say she's lying. Saso and Amaziah say they should arrest the guy. Yeah, now look at the girl. Saso and top guy say, please, I don't understand. Translate in Chinese. Elvis say, who is she trying to deceive? Nebraska say, Obwa Wareno. Big Storms say, liar, liar. Make police deal with all of them. Leo say, Mame, she so told why they na go school. Why? Now we dear wow. Golden Boys who talked about dating. Them we all use sabe. Actually, see she go explain to her that video is unacceptable. Frisky see, okay, so what do you sell with him? Kwadwo say probably she's being pressured to come out and deny it. Yana say that's amazing to hear. Sounds like a really interesting story. Saso and yeah, he wore you or he no wore you. Beam Nation say, which job them they do? And you say massa we no be kiddies for here. Saso na J say she dey lie. Enti sa ena comment no etie u video no aka internet no so forever egu ho yo sesia no se ukopie mu ewo Kotoka International Airport a ubehu se eye immigration officers ewo ho a police fo nso ewo ho na a police force squad no team no inspector Obimpe anase customs no inspector Obimpe ewo ho saa so ɛna wohwɛ mu ɛhwɛ team no mu ɛne adeɛ ɛhwɛ ɔmo uniform no ɛne adeɛ a wobɛsan ehu sergeant ɔnso nyameyɛ ɛna wabɔ ne black way no ɔno no ɔnante on all fours ɔn sɛ ɛyɛ a wohwɛ aborɔfo movies na aborɔkyerɛ ɔmo wɔ K9 dogs bi ɔmo no obi kora kwaa etumi ɛbɛyɛ ayi o senior officer o yɛtua ɔmo ka bosome ɔmo wɔ uniform ɔmo wɔ ɔmo badge ɔmo no ɔmo hwiahwia nkorɔfoɔ ho na ɔmo hwiahwia wɔn ho a na sɛ wode nubɔne ɛne adeɛ ni sɛ wode kɔ contrabanda na ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo ayɛ wow na yɛ sɛ ne atwa ne gyina nkyɛn na yɛnkɔhwɛ ne nneɛma ɛma no ɛnti sɛ sia no sergeant ɔnso nyameyɛ wakɔpie mu wɔ Kotoka International Airport a ɔyɛ ne adwuma na amanfo hu video na ɔmo si ye wonim sɛ aborɔfo ɔmo ndi mmɔmɔne ɔmo ndi kobi ɔmo ndi bonded things enti ɔmo no wode ɛyɛ K9 dogs ni bi ɛkɔ ne nam ɔmo ho a ɔmo de ɔmo hwɛ drugs na wɔn kɔkɔyɛ na sɛ ɔkɔ smell mmɔmɔne na ɔbɔpo ɔyɛ wo nam kɔ bie madam bag so na kɔtɔ kakra wele kakra na kyerɛ sɛ enim guase na mo pɛ sɛ mo de bɛyɛ ana na mo yɛ sure sɛ sergeant ɔnso nyame yɛ yi mo training ne say smell only drugs and I say anything that smell ye bia because mo yes ade na obi wo ha okɔ no wedi ne nkruma nkwan ho dwa because abroche no obi ana nkruma obenya no nya tro ne ade nti eja we twitwa nkruma kakra we steam ho on nkruma ne nyam ben ya ye dede eno no wokɔ a wohwehwe bibi egu ma fast na ben eja we steam no nkruma kakra wafa ne momone wafa ne palm nut oil, right? Palm oil. Wafani zomi. Wafani kako kakra, kobi kakra. Emane ayaho kakra. Salmon kakra. Neja washisha bibia kama wa ode asha bag mu na oba bema. Oba bema unso nyameye. Aba behwe ade na waka say, please stand this side. Na mako biesu mu biesu a edwani nyina de bi. I hope some drug sergeant more training no says smell only drugs. Any we cocaine. They all now pay. Mimpe mubia. Hey, I know. Baby. Akola we me wa we. Mimpe mubia. Neja we here. And no one said na abe yo. Comment na ba any. Benji support say, "Oh, our smoked fish and money when people they take travel the dog go smell things so." So I na hire to say, "Hey, what is on Sonya me doing there?" Van say, "What do you expect after giving the dog kokonte and pepper soup?" So and fabrics and fine say, Bingo is distracted by some smell of food nearby. Eklu said the dog never graduated from training school. Jason, essay matters day. Sasona, realistic cash. Essay, but this is the most efficient way to do it, though, without wasting time. Na me ena mi ko PMU ewo eye France. Na mi do airport hono. Yes, if you plane no ye nanti ye bedu like you are coming to the main area, not why. One and come here, hey, come here, the baby got to for me, Jan, and come out of the prison. Oh, my feelings, me good, baby. Me, I'm saying, me. Maybe stroke my me, I'm saying, me. I can see you. But where dear, Osakama, the wise a moo, me cry my moo. We cry, I'm before my man is working on a made me half a funny. Ain't he? And also, I'm at your Facebook Happy 98.9 FM. Ubehu a year, Sergeant on Sonya Maye, Ewo Honoma, Eja, or ye Nadia. Mepa Mochow says, yeah, Africa, Asamo. So, Oko Pemu, Uganda. Yenya politician Bia, Orlando Yanche, Mumayenti, Sefa, Mumayenti.
Happy FM 98.9. Happy FM 98.9.
Strips the copper depots into the water bodies. And it's the same water body that is used as drinking water. Mr. Speaker, I think this is a disaster that it could cause
Happy FM 98.9
of an entire community. As a matter of emergency.
Going to procedure.
Because the English that is trying to put this matter here is confusing a number of us and making us miss a very serious issue that is affecting very many people, even in the countryside. I am straining myself to understand him, and yet he's saying a very serious issue. And Mr. Speaker, next time Mr. Atikens is supposed to present, he needs to speak the common English of Uganda. We are tired of this, Whether he gives us a paper and we follow word by word, because
that the water strips the copper depots into the water bodies, and it's the same water body that is used as drinking water. Mr. Speaker, I think this is a disaster that it could cause an extinction of an entire community. As a matter of emergency.
Going to procedure.
because the English that is trying to put this matter here is confusing a number of us and making us miss a very serious issue that is affecting very many people, even in the countryside. I am straining myself to understand him, and yet he's saying a very serious issue. And Mr. Speaker, next time Mr. Atikens is supposed to present, he needs to speak the common English of Uganda. We are tired of this, whether he gives us a paper and we follow word by word, because the English is too much. We are just from campaign.
And I say, this is a disaster. What a body. Not me name say body cry arrow. Comment in here. Now Bakino to say I beg to differ. What he said was clear and made sense. I think the woman's comment was petty and actually took the focus of the relevant discussion. Saso and Kofi, see, we are just from campaign, please. Saso and Nana ya boy do see the lady's response. And Tisa and comment etia. Meitra will say it was a disaster. And Tisa and etia. Emfa final one no emfa emrewe na unye bi enhwe. Uko Facebook happy 98.9 FM a ubetumi enye bi na wahwe mepacho wan hwe a onte ase ai wan hwe a onte ase we no yemmo bibia chese wan say cars na efa containers na o se onam kroma wan say container ebi obi wo ha na nneoma gu container mu ti efa container ni nyina na ye de akọ ni destination ti odu ana we bie na o ye ha na we no container no ewa chenka na container ni siso no enti no more than half of the container no ewa abonting. Like I don't know how they've done it, because said that no container no betumi ama car no ada na ebutu, because container no ewa chenka no and I make sure say one ko Facebook anko share a video na onte dia ye kana say comment aba no enie Nyako GK essay land of possibility. National laughter essay make una they complete the film. Money essay no value for precious life whatsoever. Benz essay there is always someone who can do it cheaper. Saso and Pabio essay this has to be Nigeria. Cross of Calvary say Africa is not for beginners. Saso and a bank say there are no laws and rules and regulations banning and banishing these lawless and senseless things. Saso Ena Ofoka essay Nigeria is not for beginners. Enya essay I am not in any way condoning this behavior, but it is not in the same country where thousands of cars are dragging traffic right with vehicles and humans every day. And Tisa Ena Nunso Obisa Sa Ena ne comment no etie. Abraya be a dini birthday and ne anopeya obi biara wish no a wonderful, 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 wonderful happy birthday to abaye. Hey, nana mwako. Ewa enfa. Nana mwako. Ube steady. Ewo ehonum. Yendi birthday no. Fast. Yendi birthday no. Aye. Abaya princess. Fe. Kama. Photo shoot ne du twem kra. Odi ni birthday. Kama. Ewo honum. Ti ebe wish no. Princess Kiona. Wonderful birthday ene anope. Aha. Ena yedi nyina ebesi. But nana mwako ya mafoto ni naso kakra. Kama. Aye. Sa enetie anope. Yem fancy ewa hanum.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music, and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
God help me, I want to travel. 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 This year help me, I want to travel. UK, Canada, Australia, Belgium, Germany, America, China, France, Poland, Salama, Calabar, Koluba, France. I want to travel. God help me, I want to travel. This year I want to travel. Help me, I want to travel. I want to travel. I want to travel to Nigeria, Ghana. Sounds wonderful.
Yes, sir. What is it? You don't me. Who is your me? What do you mean by here? I will tell you. When you sit somewhere and behave like you are talking to your co-equal. Am I your co-equal? You are a hospital worker. Who are you?
What's the scientific name for Prekese?
Thank you. Tetraptera tetrapura.
Pardon me?
Tetraptera tetrapura.
So, what as a biochemist, what are the benefits of Prekese?
Thank you very much. I'm sure, serious. In fact, it is a fruit that I worked on extensively as a researcher. It has a lot of active principles, medicinal, that depending on your situation can be good for your health, for hypertension, for other, ailments.
Mamanda ETV na onye Happy FM so ase. In fact, no currently there, maybe MP, the very first media platform I mean as a parliamentarian was the ETV media platform. And
Breakfast TV.
Yes, we carry the Nimpana me na appear on brother your NDC side Mutala Mohammed, So then if you are browsing a Happy FM, So it was at ETV in Kakanga, and then the party now said, "Oh, call this other station, and all." So ETV, I don't want to say.
We are a chosen generation. We're being called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm walking in power. I walk in miracles. I live a life. For I know who what you see now. Can you see his glory? For I know who I am. Take a look at me, I'm a wonder. It doesn't matter what you see now. Can you see his glory? For I know who I am. Say, I know who I am. Lift your voice, shout up. I know who I am. How many of you know who you are? Come on. Come on. Let the world know who you are. Come on. Come on. Everybody shout out. I know who I am. Lift your voice, shout out. I know who I am. In your workplace, going out and coming in, declare it. Say I know.
The Omo me no me ejimo ha no. Omo. Enkomo na ekoso behind closed door. That ya na me catch them say mama camera no enna. Camera na da ha ena betimi atenko because enkomo no to da je ekoso abontene no. Eno ne enkomo na nka wose mutie no but ya mama kwa babie mfam rap morning show so na no pe. Nyankopon mo china. One of the flagship programs His Excellency John Dramani Mahama edisi na niso se oba obetimi ayo ama eniema hodo obinom ye kra edi fram no ne nkanka ne enuane ahodo a ye kra di fram no ne de bo mamu our sources of protein unse dodo no ano ye akokọ ena yetumi to ai na yato na ntwinam kakra edi aka ho na ohwe enkrata mu a enkukwa hodo no ayahwe e wo mamu no nyina no emu ha mu chichemu beye aduosia kopema duoson de e yade e kra free amanone ene de ba mamu ye kra bi e free Brazil ye kra e bi e free Europe ye kra e bi e free America na ye de aba eye omamu na mampanyini ehye Ghana fo nyina abo se opese sa enuane ahodo a ye kra ebi tse poultry product ye kra edi from no ne edi bo mamu no ye teso entie ne yenya yenkokọ na yenkukọ no ne yemfa nhye fridge mu ana se ne yenkunu kura opebi a obofo adwomu a fresh na wanya bi onya bia no aka se mesremu a munku akokọ no mfama me na memfa nko bonkwan ana memfa enkonkoye Hausa stew
listen no live chicken mienza kan
and you anyhow you get it nkuko nkitinki abankwan ade ade
yentwe na yenye nkuko nkitinki ni benyan
na
okay and he did the list
na fa no next year because we do one there
nkuko de ye kojibi pa
we do one there na nkuko na nyini
yes
we do na nkuko na nyini
ye jibi
na eno na nyame pa ochina ewo asante mantemu His Excellency John Dramani Mahama be pasa adwumadi ne ho entuma na ansakra ansa no bebo ana obe pasa adwumadi ne ho ntuma no ensem ahodo aba betodwa te se enei yenuanom omoye poultry farmers akuafo ahodo se enkosu abu se tam
nkrofo nto
ama nkrofo ntimi nto nkosia no
ye to ba ye to ebika
dabi you to ne sen o to ne sen o to no dodo
me mata me di coffee 23 crates
na o twe ya he
eno o se ye to tre na bi edi be bosome
hey
ade more nkoko baako 90 embosome egumuyem
hey
edo so
me yem crash na eso
boy hey so
Na me yechi bom.
Dabi. So when our football team.
Oh, some maka here me bobo ha.
Who pom say?
Oh, makanda. Me mekani.
Ene kosu abuso. Yesi mo de na mra metonku.
Na you more than 2.
No. What is 2 there?
Na so ofie. Kosu 2 there.
2 there then.
Hey,
3 4.
No, honestly, I see
standard.
Me standard. 5.
Okay.
Together.
Okay.
Why?
Any your friend chibum.
Na e dey.
Enu chibum.
Na say uchi abom. Na uchi me no na flat. Na say ade na ade che kura abaji ni nyina di.
Ase uchi me no na flat.
Na flat.
Ye be dis asem no nkomo. Onim se emo omo edua mo wo man mu.
Omo so bu.
Omo so mu na bu so. Ama omu nya atofo. Enti no, won se bre bi etwa mo be bo so me
na
ni.
Na mo essay.
Se one po ho yie antimi ankora ni yie a betimi mold betimi abom ma mo nyina se abrograsa
se wa anye ne sa because me kai se those days atomics ye dua bro wi a me ana na me preserve ye twa na ye tutu wie ye bibia me a me kotaduru na me hye wo bag mu aduru no se odi bigu ase na odi aduru na agum na afi wode egu so saa nti ebi wo ho a fati utimi ye ne se nti ebi wo ho a for a year no ye bru na te se de tia ba se one preserve na odi gu bottom na odi si wo saa less than 1 month we be ho na mu abem mu abem na o ma se ni
yeah enti ebe de ho nkomo enne anopa yi dwumadie na ye kwa akodie no so yetimi atena se ahwehwemu ahunu se ensunsuanzo ebetimi afiri mu abanie ye disan komo because ye wo mamu ha ena ye nyina ye tie planting for food and jobs ye tie planting for export ye tie planting for this and planting for that na ye busa ehon sem se esunsunsuanzo e ba ye ne sen ebewie nei adana me ka se oman bia no obetabri sika be ye opepepe enan about 4 billion Ghana cedis e dia kwa akose agricultural intervention bi mu a ensunsuanso papa bia nse dan free mu ama ye betre ho aye hwe han ya kan no atomu enti adesuade ba ne yesua e dia free ni a ya pen ni a atwa mu no mu ye ko yani mu no kwan ban ne ye befa so a ye betimi ama ensise ya ye de ba begu akwan mu e dia de dwuman e betimi anya mfaso papa de ama o mamu no nyina na atimi atena ho daadaa e de ama yen. So we are talking about the possible impact and issues having to do with sustaining some of the policies and our programs ahodwa yedi edi ijuma ewo oman emu no. Wadwenkyere unso betimi dia 05515639160555657278 ye bi titifo manatum na unso wetimi akyere wadwene ewo ensem no eho. Prince Papa kwa Im Brown say or birthday be your birthday na me nkwa homa ne so na ye hyase ni nkomo emfa sansemi ho.
Me pacho de edi kan no mame enwe hye me ba no. Ye Princess Kiona na wedi 7.
Any wani o?
Yes, wedi 7. Me mpa ebo ne say
Kiona di 7.
Yes, she's 7 today. Me mpa ebo ne.
And wani sin ye Brinik.
Yes. Princess Kiona.
Untimi o.
Princess Kiona ene ye ne birthday wedi 7 yankopon enhwe ne so. I know say there's a purpose to which we are simuha. Nyame ewo bia ne purpose. And I know say she will fulfill her purpose in yankopon enka ne ho na on hye ne den. Na ne uncles me ne Kwadwo Sefah-Danquah.
Yeah.
Ewo achede ma no. Ye mfa ma ne ma.
Edi men of the other very. Then now see me hear it or me kin kan you say then.
Ye mfa ma ne ma me. Ye de be ma ono
a say abofra na na de ma no.
No. Kiona, we will not give your gift to your mother.
No, not at all. We will not gift the gift to your mother. We are gifting the gift to you.
Yes, and da ye be hono ne de amano. Na de di hono so en unim se ne Accra House of Folk e di 114.
to Ghana.
Yes.
Yes. Hey.
Accra's
of new team kitwa.
At the 114 years.
114.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also na ufri wa we efri me ankasa me ho kafo ho.
Ho kani.
Me ho kani. Facha me. Me ho kani ko enfema. Or say happy birthday to Mrs. Gertrude Awotwe of Accra College of Medicine. On this new chapter, may God bless you and continue to make his face shine upon you. I love you so much. You have become more than a colleague in these past years, and I cherish every moment. Continue to let your light shine everywhere. And girl, you look fine and beautiful. And Mrs. Awotwe and that Facebook no. You make 44 look graceful. Regina and Afi family ni nyina. Tiko ju we dia me de me ho ka ho bi.
Wait, 44.
Yes.
Okay.
Mrs. Awotwe.
Enti bia me draw.
Yes. Mrs. Awotwe ya de say apa. Mrs. Awotwe Eddie 44 ene or a librarian ewo Accra College of Medicine.
Okay.
Yes.
Then you library wa.
Yes, oko library.
Gu ko kenkan bi.
Okan ngoma pa. Ngoma de okan bi pa. Ono uko ni fia. Eniema abe ni sansa na bi flu ono no aka at least a chapter or two.
Of course.
Of book bi a obi ewo fie ho bia. Enti Mrs. Awotwe ene Nyankopon kan ho. On sure de no nhyira o papa. Kwadwo owakoma papa o ma obibi a onfa ho ene de ode ma wo enti Nyankopon emfa so na onfa nhyira no medase.
Okay, me no wase na yade wase awie no na ye ni yemra fie na yenhya ase ni nkomo no because nkomo no ye nkomo ehia and we are talking about projects, policies and interventions ahodo a ye de aba oman mu a ye tirimu pone se enkebetimi aboa ama ensatra etimi aba ewonyuma ahodo a ye die mu ewo man mu. But Kamia said bribi some of these policies beba no. We are not able to sustain the policies over a period of time. Na obehwe ya tena ho na yentimi ehunu tunsunso papa yenya ede afre ye policies no emu. The government has promised obet transforming the agricultural sector, and it's something that is a year man for bebrenu ede me for example, because I'm a future national best farmer. There be ameka maternal radio so akanda ebia in the next 10 years no na mbeka za bam me ka cheremuti one matters of agriculture eba ayamani wo mu pa. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama nyame pa ochena ewo Kumase me kire asante mantemu ekropon mu enkokwa nkitinkiti policy no as part of transforming the agri sector and also cutting down on importation of inuani ahodo bia ye die wo mamu, particularly poultry product. But we are going to talk about in the light of other agri interventions, policies and other programs. Ye dia ba mamu yankwa ahoma so ye hwase ye ni nkomo ora Martin Titinati doc or ye agri economist new age agri in the process of so or a PhD candidate. Doc, Mr. Doc, yes, Akranati, Anope, ma Yamu Atimu Aquaban from Happy Morning Show. So, come here, say, I am foretelling what is to happen. Good morning.
Good morning, Kwadwo.
Number
also, and the chair with you for so.
At your for Joseph Apombo Cody.
Yamiadmo, Nakuponate, I was so.
Your dog, yes, you could Munka Crasa, Yame Power China. One of the things that all of us have been waiting for. Say, policy, promises a hodwa. A buying out tea, Benya so. A boss I was shared the far one. Yen I hear any muse bit me abamu. Near Shas ye dear Dijuma. Yame Power China, and go on get policy no. Ye bedana di anase be pound to ma. Ewo Kumase. Metre asantimante mukropomu. Yanshe policy in the light of other agri policies a yedia ba omaimu over the years. Na ye ninkomo about a year sustainability of agricultural related policies yedia ba omaimu.
Anyway, but I say Kwadwo, Sen okay na nyamle adoma in the course of the week no my opinion be unveil and be launch go kwankete. I think the model now I'm person we use now it is similar to that of Operation Feed Yourself. General Tampon 1972 or introduced here. The whole purpose was for the improvement of food security because maybe around that time okay near historians actually now around that time now were overly dependent on imports. And I was saying to me, share your local production also can reduce that dependence, I think in terms of policy wise, yes, it's a good call. But I think there were some few issues there. I think say or more unfan joining, and also if they don't link it up to this in it will just become one of those policies. Obuni akra de say a white elephant. Ebeba yebeye. Now so yeah some for so. Now it become more detrimental to the Ghanaian food system. No? Then I mean what why are you saying so? And I didn't make us. You want me say I mean so far no those in government and it me so it didn't because I'm sure someone launch the document will come out. Almost say almost import, almost the supply in cocoa DOTX and that's DOCs. Ediama households. That means say a fear. Now if fear do it me a produce DOTX way. Now I'm waiting to supplement thereby reducing the imports. Reduce the procurement to say purchase, and I said the patronage of taking a import So that is the entire frame. I mean, in terms of the policy, the policy framework. Now, so the baby is the same. Household see a year mom with DOCC. Omo a in the say to be akra in Kukoyi. Ama mbetimi ama soba ehun faso de mamwana ye supply the otis with the movie then biom and the better so are we going to follow up with technical support because say ye supply to 22,000 households and households in Ketwa. The next point is what then becomes of poultry farmers, because already for the past 6 months, poultry farmers here are more layers are more production table eggs. I've been complaining saying not for
no correct.
Esan say in Kosia Efi Ivory Coast at the area any other bordering country area because of the strength of our currency. And if we do this in concrete, now you judge these other issues na because about cost 90. Because say over the OTX now one when man has soon be new and not oka edama or mine. Two say or even if omun a new X now almost a model supplemented on with no be do if you don't. That means almost top poultry farmers all don't complain no on Koshia. So you are rather deepening the current mess, the unfortunate turbulence. Poultry farmers here or more complaining, or we are going to deepen it further. The third issue again is say ebinimunya enkokono already na or what we na also okumna. That means omukumofie. Have we looked at the environmental issues? As in according to the standards na being here, sending us a so and also so be when it comes to the consumption. So there are a lot of issues that I will say it should be interconnected. Almost a policy need a good policy. Now so the implementation and also so no. I say you should be disjointed a bit creative issues that may. Mami ensa ento enfankofa and more rice farmers are more complain say a bit more paddy from last year are omuntimi and tonye. It's even omo aswa ewo ready say be harvesting problem to me harvesting because omu ni scar on be harvesting so harvesting so bia omu ni tofo and they tell say aban say oh buffer stock enko rice milling. The point is, I mean, I am of the school of thought. The government has got no business doing business. I didn't make us for government any mailing facilities. Government also any proper storage facilities. So on top of the way we are, so you realize that the intention might be right, but then we are crowded with, or that's our mind is quite clouded with the politics bit of it. And to me, implementing many years. The suggestion I want to say, why don't we empower existing mailing companies? Abaya or person this case, Emma Buffer Stock say why don't you give them money, or why don't you even promise with a contractor irrevocable to these mailing companies? Let them use their contract to go to the banks. Let the banks finance them to mop up the parties now our communities in. All more pia Abaya come and verify. Verify we are which are the panica. As against front loading CKIA, Yadebama, how do you call it? Aggregators. Front loading say what is kind of aggregators say onko and onkoto. Now we're calling onkoto. As what also now and to one talk they don't want one. Abaya Besha says you sue your resources here. I said they chase you to return the money back. So you realize that it's more like the cock and egg story. The most important. And say you mopping up the rice paddies on the markets. But the approach of going direct to the market to purchase them is the wrong approach. Every mailing facility be a one-year friend of factory certification by EPA. It's EPA a list of all the mails which are in good states. It's easier to contact them, sit with them around the table, agree on a price, and give them the contracts. Yes, it will pay up maybe 100 metric tonner. You be verify we are. It's your car. Obeti be the contract na bank. Na bank so I'm asomase. I'm not mobilize. It creates a whole business ecosystem. As against using this linear or lateral system, a singular. One person will my alligator come mobile up or come be up the paddy. Or be a paddy we are now. When you be a obe melee, after the paddy in swamp, a best say. So there are a lot of issues. I think a woman's intention might be right, but as I mentioned, government has gone no business to do business, and there's a need for them to involve the private sector. So it doesn't appear say you are cannibalizing on the private sector for a political gain.
Yamra enkukono so minim se emo no asem no ya de a akuafo ahodo no ano wo musu hu as we speak now. They are still crying about it. But with the policy of Nkoko Enkete, one of the questions that about mitrimu ewabra na wokasa the issue having to do with sustainability.
Yes.
Dani den nyina no the policies ahodo ba ye nkyere kwan be fa so betimi ma sa policy na tena hoda ama yatumi ehunu emu ensunsanso eno issue ba kwa mpese omiyehwe de atoso mienu evaluation. Enti kwame ne behwe se botaya edisi ye ni so no ampani ampa yetumi adru hu anase yetumi adru, because I'm asking this because of the ate won framamu. Say we are going to target about 55,000 households. 55,000 households, are we going to have a great extension officers? A branu biano they'll be going to these households to check on enkokone ye diama timamufo se omunye womono ana. How much is that even going to cost us in terms of ACK debema extension officers? Extension officers omo hokra se si akra no. Omrudo are saying these are questions that are
Okay, I think for me my response is quite simple. Say you see wo nyama nyina ho kwan na so nyama nyina na esefata. At this moment in time, I believe it is the wrong time for government to implement the contract. Wrong time because we need to fix the current issues within the poultry industry. There were Nkofa who are already complaining, said there's enough, there's gluts of eggs on the markets. we already have issues when it comes to high cost of feed for these poultry farmers. Questions here will be saying, and the Udimuka, Udika, the entire Udika is saying, until say, even ordinary, the current, you want to say, you're engaging new extension agents, based on follow up this in quantity. Again, as I mentioned, you are giving it to households as a fee. It's a fee, say, oh, bet my annual 50, I'm 50, bet my 10, I am 10. There is no business sustainability framework be at the back of it. I just say, we can turn around this way, even if you want to be able to now. You bet me, I recover a certain percentage of it. Now next year, our buying investment in connectivity will not be the same as the initial year. Those things have not been put in place. I'm not putting in place as well. Now, sir, if indeed they have put it in place now, then you and I should understand that it will become more of a knee-jerk reaction. I was saying you're proactive. I was saying to me, you share into the future. Now, under your projection, we're taking deliberate policies to be able to resolve these matters. And Sana, you introduce this kind of inconsistency. And say, actually, someone make us say, oh, a woman say, you can say, you bear launching inconsistency. Now, so, as I said, poultry farmers, the company say, we feed more day, more a lot of extra money and consume. Let us resolve the matter first. The resolve who we are, then we will face it. This is a responsive approach. And then I say, tintin to need to say, I don't say, where launch cocktails in tea. When we have got to say the ramification of it now extends beyond just the policy now. The ramification would already poultry farmers are threatening, said they'll shut down. Last year, near feed. This year, a glat. We are even unable to protect our borders to prevent eggs from getting into the country. How can we be able to marshal forces to be able to monitor a quantity? And only I'm kind of simple. That's the bone of contention. But when I end the paradox, because say the low hanging fruit in Tibinye. However, no, we are promising of doing something bigger.
Now, I come and say, because we government policy, they are ready to launch it. To you, if you look at the agric sector, particularly with the poultry sector, subsector, what assessment of the poultry subsector, no? It is saying, and I said,
oh, I mean, it's simple. Obviously, the devil is in the detail. It's obvious. Say it's a struggling sector. They're struggling sector because there is a lot of imported chicken in the country. It won't say our local production might not be able to meet the demand in terms of our consumption demand. Now, so instead, say you better take measures policy-wise for us to be able to share your production more. So we can gradually be reducing the imported products now. We are not doing that. I think Jamaica, your government agencies which takes information or data, you name our consumption of chicken year on year. We know, say, last year you imported some about 1 million metric ton of poultry products into the country. With that in mind, not only say you are also supporting your local industry to be able to produce, let's say, 200,000 metric ton. That should inform government saying, permits to import products into the country. You better so create money exceed a certain total metric ton, because our local production will supplement it. However, we give the permit out. No one imports anything in this country without a permit. No one. Without permit. Without permit. Without permit. So even if those who are giving permits we're taking cognizance of the fact, say, oh, Yama 500,000 metric ton. You do 1 million metric ton. Sadia, you slow down because our local production will also come in to supplement near Bannon. Because Yashemukina, they have to get a share of the markets. If we do these things, then we know that this one is a proactive measure or a proactive policy implementing going forward. Secondly, government is the biggest consumer spender or expenditures in Ghana. Government is one of the biggest consumers. There were a lot of programs. There was school feeding program. There were how do you call it? Buffer stock buying purposely to be able to give to Omunibi. We have a lot of programs. Your government agencies, Omuye programs, Omuye interventions, Omuye a lot of how do you call it? Meetings in various hotels. Governments can insist all government-related products or all government-related activities, government-related functions, the food we consume at those functions should be made in Ghana. Insisting on it, so they mean saying those who even get a contract, even if there's interest in the contracts given, those people will be forced to buy from the local markets. By doing that, we have created a huge market for it.
But there was an attempt. Sir, when the free SHS policy was being implemented, at the time, the statement about Abontene said, "Enuania, Yadibema and Kwadwo Muko school ninano, Eyadia, ye best source locally, young Concord Crania many been fem framone, Emma and Rodniane and Fama Emofrano." And so Siaga.
Yes, then American because there's always an overriding interest beyond the national interest. So, it's the say, it's exactly say, it's the say, remember, on your mind, Colano X a day, your momo, other things like mackerels, sardines, Nina Kahon, and a egu the poultry industry. Because poultry farmer, or important Yama the back, so or the bay, Nefua, or tax, now you the tax, no, at that top Amanoniama. Edama on one bar, or also all senior high school. It doesn't really add up. But other countries, almost yes, sir. Other countries, almost yes, sir, because how do you call it? This year, how the Philippines, almost a year almost production now, almost projected yield. Say, a lot of rice on the market. Philippines buy a lot of rice from Vietnam. They put a ban on rice imports. First, almost started with a 60-day ban. Say from September to October, almost imported rice. So some extended to the end of December because until their local markets, all the rice is mopped up and gets into the consumption market now. They are not allowing any new rice to come into the country. This is a proactive government. This is a proactive country, or more protective, or more how do you call it, farmers. And I think these are things which are possible. Why you request for permits? You see, okay, it sounds like there's glut on the marketing team. Or permits now, you better approve them in 3 months' time because it's a temporary ban. You can't say I'm a woe. But I say, if you still want to trade, buy from the local market during this 3-month period. It hurts no one, but it helps everyone, including the government.
We are going to expend about 200 million Ghana cedis. Say, but you debeto a year and Kokono and Kwa, Naya Shas, Yadiache. One more what do you think this money could have done to the poultry sector?
Oh, it will actually change to turn it around. As I mentioned, those who are producing DOCs in the country, you can't produce DOC without certification. So EPA, details. The least to do is put them around the table and ask them of their capacities. Who we are. Or more produce feed. Ask them their capacity. Tell them, say, Musika, do what they can they be able to expand it? Can they be able to expand it? That is how you create agricultural champions in the country. Nigeria is the same. Dangote became a powerhouse when it comes to commodities in Nigeria. Because we can't leave our full sovereignty in the hands of the foreigner. Ukraine, Russia issue a happy. Can you see? Yang brodo yeah di. Brodo no control because wheat mo be yedi. We can't leave our food sovereignty into the hands of a foreigner. And I think that is where we need to start looking at. We need to call the players in the industry. And American players I'm not talking about CS. CS was among here, they push policies. But then you have registered businesses with registered facilities with EPA. Get them to the table and have a conversation with them. They'll do the practical thing on the ground. As for the people you have around you in there, they'll pick information online and piece up a policy together. But the practical things on the ground, they will tell you the issues. If any layers, broilers, a friend, commodity, how do you call it, household siam, in 6 weeks' time, believe you me, there'll be another glut when it comes to total quantity of, chicken on the market. There'll be gluts. If they layers and so on, in the next 6 weeks, or in the next 14 weeks or to 16 weeks, pull it as at eBay. We have a lot of glut on the market. We are not solving a problem. It's like we are just winding around. There's a policy for us to implement, but we are not really solving a problem. 200 million can do a lot of things in this country. And all I'm saying is, government need not to even front load. Government just need to offer a contract. The contracts will be used by these companies to go to the banks. The banks will look at the contract and give them resources for them to be able to do the job. When they are able to achieve a milestone, now verifier, money is paid. This puts in a lot of money when it comes to checks and balances to ensure we don't expend money beyond what has actually been what work has actually been done. So I believe there's so much we can do if indeed we are committed nationally to be able to resolve this matter.
Ranate, it is always insightful to have a conversation with you because I said and we did not just speak based on Busrimuka, we spoke based on data that is available. Mamena was yenano pay and was watching Trawadiaba because Omani Yonuano and when ye see a bit me at what to na yin ye no dia free mu ne dia boa amoma no etimi atumpon orama tetetenate agric economics new age agric ho na wo ye adwuma ona otesi no twetwe nkomo wo dwumade ne so efa enkokon ketenkete dwumade a nyamepa ochena okokopie mu wo kumase me kire asante mantemu ekrokesi mu a ho na his excellency John Dramani Mahama ene agric minister already kopokopoko akopie wo ne panyimfo aka na eyenkokon ketenkete dwumade no ano ena yepa eho entuma.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music, and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
Me pesa me te wonso adwen kire na mum twen mame na minni enkomo we a toso yimra. Yedi zankomo we a wonso adwen kire ye beje 0551563916 0555657278 two numbers yi bomodian na twere to na wonso ebrene duru ho ye bietefo homa no e de tumu a watimi afre na wakere wadwene ewo dwumadie ne so. Mamenka will say if you really want to live a comfortable life, a fulfilling retirement dear and in American for a year snit a dear mom. Mr. O ye jumaya holding hui. Sikano TB fatuho. Not that you kwa humijimu and what no any na hoda and the binimudi 44 no 44 the na kaka as my benyo or pekura 45 on your jumebu. Aye so nya jumebu na pese wa no oho tow e bra nya jumebu a enya snitting kwa na mekan forma ensi achi ba papa eno mayo edi amawo mempese odo ho bekwa akodon eku a ye frɛ no hadan noon da bi sa ku no de odo ho kodon a yade e be ye me ye papa. So take the decisive action today. Get enrolled on the SNIT scheme. Pay your contributions on a regular basis. And relax, knowing that SNIT has got you covered for your retirement for life. bosumi biara no ye discover ma wo retirement a na de man ye dese ene se afi biara no eya de a sika ye de ma wo no ye tum e de ma wo ada no panyimfo be pie mu ha na meni omo edi nkomo no mo kire me eye retirement no monthly payment no mo ye no scorecard ebinom de 225,000 Ghana cedis a month eno eye kan fate nwenwe eno eye ne retirement benefit on a monthly basis no bosome de oje enko anu no into de tena ho na yenhwe ha na enkonkwohwe miyentua sika no emfa mawo snit. If you want your retirement to be comfortable, snit. Fretete phone home 0302 611 622. Call 53 branches scattered across the country. Any snit ejumefo any enkomo any ensawoso na yemfa enka scheme no ho kama pa. Tovila Water Solutions samen kantre se ensuo ho ensenka de aha ena wo se utimi ema eye wadwene eko anase woni eko ye de abodiemu nyansape emfidie ahodo ene akabomu a ye de etu nsuo atensuo ni ede amawo se de beye na dan da nyina wunsuo no eni betie wanom na wanya ahoɔdene to vila se wo pensio yemfa drobe mu mfamra ofie bia wo ye adwuma eni nkruto ahodo mu dia eni abomoden a na eni yen eni ensa wosoi yanto ankomo ne so lawyer Edward Karwe na enkane no ono na wo ye twerɛtwerɛfoɔ panyini edema agricultural Workers Union. Enei wodi jumadie foforo in charge of policy and advocacy.
Happy FM 98.9.
Enkomo ya bai die yentumi eni nkomo no ewo bra yenye na dwenkyere emfa sa ensemi ho. Mr. Karwe, Council, good morning and welcome to the Happy Morning Show.
Good morning, sir.
My first question will be, what is your initial assessment of Nkukwanketenkete? That is, if you are privy to policy brief on how this particular program is going to be implemented.
Well, good morning to you, all of you. Let me say that I'm getting a feedback. I'm hearing myself. So if something can be done so that I can be
is it okay? Is it okay now?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, it's now okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah, I have indicated long before this time that much as the new government had good policies, including Nkukwanketenkete and then Feed Ghana and so on and the rest. The reality is that the full effect of those policies will not be felt this year. That is 2025. Because there's a gestation period for implementation of policies. It's like crops. You know, when you put maize seed in the soil, then you expect it, you harvest it around 4 months' time or 3 months' time.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it is cocoa, we are talking about, you know, with the improved seedling and the rest, you are talking about 2.5 years to 3 years.
3 years. Mm-hmm.
If it is palm oil and the rest, similar time. If it's rubber, it's 7 years. So the point is that there's a gestation period for implementation of policy. And sometimes we consider the government as though everything was set from 1st January 2025. No, even by 1st January, the government was not yet in place. And then the other thing has to do with forming the government and finally now implementing the policy. So all those things take time. Meanwhile, the season for agricultural production continues to run because it is a time-related factor. So I had earlier on indicated and said that, look, we have to tone down our expectations on the policies for the year, for this year, because the full effect of it may not be realized this year, maybe 2026 onwards. So I'm not, if people are complaining that they've not had much of the Nkoko Nkiti, of course, for me, I am not surprised though.
You are not surprised? And,
yes.
And then the next question that I would ask is, if you're to look at the poultry subsector of the agricultural sector in Ghana, do you feel that such a policy is what is needed to uplift the productivity within the poultry sector?
Thanks very much for the question. I think one of the surest way of providing protein and also inducing production in this country is the poultry industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the poultry industry, as it sits, links with maize production, it links with soya production, it links to providing poultry products, that is the meat, the different parts to people. And you can understand that Ghanaians like chicken. Is that not it?
True.
The fried rice and all one of things, you see. But so the more they produce it, the better for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I think what probably is making it not to experience its full potential is about the level of imports. You see, if by 2023 we had 75% of poultry industry collapsing, that is farms have closed down. About 73%.
About 73% of poultry farms had closed down by 2023.
By 2023. And you see, that's why some of us are very, very critical about policy. Policy makes up everything. All of us respond to policy. There's nobody who does not respond to policy. So if you look at the policy by then, was that we're going to boost domestic production. However, this discounted benchmark value policy, which was implemented in 2019, made it easier for imported poultry and other farm produce to come into the country. So the poultry industry was significantly destroyed by then. And also lack of maize by then to supply to poultry farmers and then for their feed and so on. And you realize that because of all those challenges, even Ghana government had to borrow from the ECOWAS buffer stock.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making here is that the poultry industry is very, very central and key to, inducing agricultural productions, not only in the poultry industry, but in other areas like maize, soya bean, and so on. So if we are able to manage it well, just imagine that chicken will now be available in our homes, and we all eat it as and when. Because generally speaking, according to the statistics, which I cannot be specific, is that our protein consumption in Ghana is far below the global level.
Mm-hmm.
So it means that we need to eat more protein.
True.
So if the poultry industry we must just grow it. But how to grow it is our challenge all these years. And the challenge has come as a result of the fact that we import more. So if you are continuing to pile up imports, you cannot grow the local one. You see? And yet, apart from that, the support we give to the local poultry producers is not significant. So I think that the Koko Nkiti is one direct policy that is targeting the poultry industry and we must make sure that it works on well. But my point is that no one should expect so much of the outcome from that policy in 2025. Because by the time they even started to implement it, I can say that the first quarter of the year had passed. Policies were then put in place. Mobilization of resources were then put in place, because it's not just like you have all the resources and that when you want it, you just go into your room, you take the money and go and buy whatever you want. No, because there are bureaucratic processes that need to go through, and these ones are constitutional and legal, and anybody who breaches them will be deemed to have violated law, and you cannot do that. So you see, so all these processes, you need to have budgetary allocations, all manner of things, because you can't proceed without budgetary allocations. Even when the budgetary allocations is made, there's no guarantee that disbursement will be made on time. Of course, we also know how our economy is not so good enough for us to think that we have all the money and to implement all our policies at a go. So for me, I think that we shouldn't expect so much from the Nkoko and Kitinkiti this year. It's not because of anything, but it's because there's policy implementation gestation. Because we, those in agriculture, know very well that when you put anything in the soil, it takes some time before you can harvest it.
True.
Be it maize, be it plantain, be it cocoa, be it soya, be it anything, cassava. It takes time. It has a gestation period. You can't do it. So the same way, the gestation period for this poultry industry, farms have collapsed. They need to revive all of them. Infrastructure of the farms have to be revived. Where are they going to get the money? Government is not going to supply all these monies. Government is only contributing to some portion of the cost, making your raw materials available and then probably at a lower price. But government is not going to provide everything, like they start your farm for you and then to the end and provide labor, provide everything. No, I don't think that is what the policy is seeking to do. It's to support you to expand your poultry farm and then to be in business.
What I am reading here, and there is an assessment done by Imani Africa. With your kind permission, I would want to read those portions to you and pick your thoughts on that, because as you mentioned, you were looking at the gestation period. They tell us that it's going to take a bit of time. Looking at the money that we are going to, or we are likely to invest into the policy that is going to be launched tomorrow, they say that there is a possibility that we are going to waste a lot of resources. We are looking at investing about 200 million as initial cost for the policy. In your view, how much of an impact do you believe this money could have had on the poultry sector if the monies were to be given to the poultry sector?
Well, 200 million cedis is a huge amount to start with, given the fact that this is an industry that virtually had no support in the immediate past. And I've already indicated by statistics that the poultry industry was virtually collapsed and so on. So to receive such an amount is good for the industry. But first and foremost, that is an allocation. See, it's an allocation. It's a budgetary allocation. And I believe it will be captured in this year's budget. But when is the money going to be released? And is it going to be released at the same time, or is going to they're going to stagger it? That is one thing we need to pay particular attention to. The other thing too is to be sure that the money is given to the people who actually need it. We have had instances in the past in this country where resources meant for a particular target group ended up somewhere else. We had a good policy like Planting for Food and Jobs, fertilizer was supplied to the farmers, but it never got them. Some of them were smuggled out of the country. That one is on record. So you see, the policy is good to target farmers, but it never got to them. So again, this one is also to target a particular group of producers. We have to make sure that every city that is allocated gets to the right people. So again, that is about the implementation. So first, you must have a good policy. 2, gestation period, you must be patient. Then 3, you must be committed to the implementation of the policy. What I've seen in this country is that we are not very good at management. When it comes to management, I dare say that Ghana is not good managers. We don't have good managers in this country. But when it comes to developing policies, I think we are among the best in developing very good policies. But implementation, we are very weak, and then we are very poor in implementing policies. So our managerial skills is very low. It's very, very poor, and we need to improve upon that.
Lawyer Edward Carre, Director for Policy and Advocacy, Legal Entrepreneurship Support Hub, former General Secretary of the Agricultural Workers Union. Council, thank you very much for speaking to us this morning.
I'm grateful, and I stand by to always share my views, which I hope will help improve this country for all of us.
Council, indeed, we shall continue to always engage you on some of these matters. Thank you very much once again. Brenda, so already Karawe, and I would say Meneno AD and Komo Elhono. But you know, we cannot finish with this conversation without having a conversation with you. Muamuti and Anope. Your name Penyimfo no one more fem nim de ekoso about our poultry industry no yeni omadi nkomo. Dodo no ano adwene yom say ade another bia me bosso having to do with stakeholder consultation no. Adia dan den nyina eya ha ye papa asa ye be bibia wonum a eye dwumadie na form ho no yen say that any omu eni ensawoso about their friend na yeni nkomo 0551 563916 0555 657278. Good morning. Udin any be afre few.
Honorable Sefa.
Yes sir, we yes Sakura ni mouthpiece of Ablikuma Central yenkwa.
No one yama de any man.
Mpacho meya ma wadaro makamine.
Bato ehia papa. Sepa, the only say manufacturer fidentia Miami MC Honorable Kansa. The found the last interview we are. On say resource person in Kase. Omo ese Sefa say omondi hu faso. Ese omondi hu faso. Se me boa die.
O se baby o se scan krono. Enye ho na ekro.
Hello?
Zakura Mpacho etio.
No said the last time Maslow, ye Maslow Kurane SM ni undi ufason. Penifonu ne eko kuru Maslow. As se si kura ebimuti ya omudie. Asamunu nu adiana ba ASM ni usefa ordinary person. And benefiting ube unse ne penifonu ako bibi companies. And the amount of show on resources ni alcohol. Mukan simple rob Paul to pay Paul and I'm mukan say
Robin Peter to pay Paul.
Yes. My uncle sister, yeah, you be Monica, you be 50. If I were winning, you be no and you say you are buying mu and I are buying the was because you know gentlemen car.
No correct.
You better.
Mama no Sakura yankwa good morning we need to be afraid few.
Good morning.
Yes sir.
Something
price something patcho mientie we.
Yo, but you dey boko.
Oba de adarama me jiri se won so ho ye de.
Yo, badum pa abra no ho ye. Ni su Kristo ba ye no wo. Ni se mi obeka ye nyina sakrawa je no bra he na nyesa.
No correct.
Apana se mo kan ye no. Aye me de pa wo se ye wo ye wa gen na ye de be di ye ri be da ye. Be ta gen na mo be ye juma no mo ni. Ana me bo anyesa no kan ye. Then Papa Wakaso Obama Kuma Matia, I from the Hoyan Tam, a dish in the honor, a year anything,
abowi apan na ni gum sa ta da ho yan kamwa ebi tine ye sa de ne president Atamos obe ye sa de ne ko hu sa de no wo ye ho anko ba be amayen ko wa hen fu empani fo so mu ni asase so wa bo no ba yi right fa omu se omu ni asase o na yango bo wan esa te mu bi o ha ye nkwala do mu yomobo na on fa na ka ni mu mpani fo no so no obu ya ye tin abo o di on pa o ye nkwala nke ngi do mu yomobo se ye no mu se yo ka u bi o because o kanya asasem enye ye fence ni omu chekere wo we ni omu chekere wo ye ntrase ye boy ko je we mu fa nti o man no ni aboy ko tun de ma sase de nyan se nim me da se
mama na wase yenkwa machi o udini ba bia frefie
Kwadwo Sefah-Danquah
we mala midi
Michia Otifo. Now, the last point, Councillor Nisi from say, or see, manage, and a idea Ghana for. Say that's the only word. Where the end do I do some Ghana for? It's manage.
There be idea no enkambrofo. Enkambrofo no ma menka. Yeah, shade no su yiye kan sa
say be shade
ana say yeah yo no yiye
na Ghana for akaye nti we I don't know say ni bia nim sa kasa we omunim sa de we enso na omudi hu adwuma sefa enkokon ketenketi ekora be kan sembi ye enye se ye sa sabe sa blind politics na ya amafo ye ni bia ye nya bi ye di akira at end no bo say na ye reduce na omu kresika na omu awurem because the policy no ye see omu na omu yankoko ne dada but abane ma wo yu say ukura wonya nkokokura no obetimi ye ma special officers ebe church ye ni so say ebe hwe buo amanfo akobobo sia ye sisi buo enso no nkokwa eba no eyade a kakra bi na eba kakra bi na ekọ ebi nchen sia ye kwa Ashanti region ni bebi a meti de eba no the number no enya ade a ye kase ye chekura na omo ye nkokọ kese no ebedu nipa ebi abe 10 and 20 the aban and so adi ni a ohu a na opese wo yes ai dima no because o see even kura no say otini ewo ebuo kitwa kura na ye mo nkokọ be 10 and 20 na wanyo mo so obawi a obeton a na ka wan ka wa yiwade but again ebe no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɛbɛtumi amanage ade na ɛbɛyi pepa no ɛna de si aka me no mmienu ifa mede ma no si no fati a ɔyɛ mmea mere a ne krama yɛfrɛ no mo ana ne krama di no okura wo yɛsi ɔse krama yɛfrɛ no mo ɔse yɛfrɛ no mo makyerɛ to ɛba sɛ social issues although ɔkɔfa fi social media na ɔka nsɛm fa abayewa bi a na sabi dem akwahye bi na akwahye dem a o ka so be won we nya issue a ye di agro o ka bi se abrante ni picture eda ho mpefo 8 a o so ma ye twa abrante no
tifa ba yo na abrante na nim de yan hunu
o mi ka na o se na nim da ho
no abrante na nim na enka video ni ho
but baby na o ne sha o ka onya be won no at least betimi atresi akwahwe
of course
because na me chepe mi say o say even your kasa nyina no national security record assembly obeka bia mbetimi atrezi abem bia wo hya ma wachen ara ntisa nti omundi hujuma defa unumade ya sebe on kase oba no obey osoro abofo but at the teenage a wo ti akola na eti school dem na be makwahye bi asade onwene me ka be makwahye a omo bebre enya nkola nko awo mpemfu asade mu wo abamu nkwa moyo mu nkwahyeafo ade sa
Nase ala woni ebra no bodi ze
ni mba omoya mba bako fo na kwahye bi a sade wawia gane sika na me bre me bo concrete na onu e sika na ko dada me ba na ko wo si won on
final call wa ha ma chen udi ni ba bia frefi
Sefah
na ya no adi
Sefah
na mako
boko de
Boko.
Yeah. The open announce Akano. Say pay when if I did come more basso. Let me change come as a chairman. You are on watch Jaco. Let me change record the complex of Japan. The only politician, only scout of one fan to dine Arab Chida or the BB and you are gonna move in your and to be delegate here. None swan, number one. Swabato, mental bank will be out beyond to Fabu to Fambrain. Now say you are attaching a kayan. Enfi Eastern region, and some Queen Surgeon. Sounds no enfi no fruiting, then some corner fruiting beam. We are dedicated far analysis with a guide on the Patuaba because you pay to me. Because I'm going to bank on what I got to Aqua and yet DBC, and we're going to used to be able to answer that. On our area, but I'm not capping.
Obrenason.
Medicinal. If I best say you are John Mama. Say, Sango Conketing Ketina also the bottom. I say, one a year 40 farms I can see a winning deal. Omno and Shia and ye Argentina and few more and find and guide them. And then I had the policy be bar. Not policy, I say I did not and conquer repay at the cat abre on my gun. Your best say, the policy bar. You want him before what signing before a year ago when you be there. Him and one edgement, what can be the Mawa, which by your iron ye. Didn't say you can with ya. Another acquire political talk, another political bushing in Tiana, as Yasha was a benefit for your debate by force. Young G. Argentina phone and the Canabro manner, your manna aboka, and this Naboka, your man, Jessica, and Aboka. Nika and Argentina, who are your portrait, who him, the one, and campus, what to an amount. Abba, do you have a boonswa, the Abarum, your man, dear, but will be for the wish. Wait, and yet, and this year, your man again, anything a year, or money being so fast for the main count.
Mamma was say, young fancy, when you try to tell Niancona.
And then no said that exam or Yemen, you know, one or Yemen.
Oh, go there, trying to tell Niancona. I know Crassa, Miami. Another man, Abeba. When I pass over.
What they are there, Beshamino. So mean to me, so Mema, Minia, Eden, no, Majimremi.
Okay, Mati.
Indeed, I will say in Mema, Eden, about you walk at me, Namamanaba.
Okay.
If I may charge you a shaman, and I'm my DJ, and I'm chairman to sweater. Open it, a young coconketing, it is only a Minia Sakura, a kayan. The best way you pay for. Media, Nuclear, mini baby party, and yes, I come with him wash him. Because me see me kwa Jibia and Krama Kura baby woman. Name of baby party. Oh, make me a yes, Edgeman, your best three, a Greek minister. Oh, my from Number Buno in your being yet. Opio, these are which were before ye be no. Oh, money be no one ye. This system, no more, no Ghana, yen Nara, yen benefit, a memona, a question, a memor papa, a question. And now, man, and I'm going to go back on why I'm going to bath no. In 4 years, Miami, Brap, and you know, upon Yan, so you